MyT. Evening and welcome back to another edition of the MyT Sports Podcast. I am your host, the one and only Talent El Idolo Deportivo Taylor. I got my co-host with me, KJ the Storm. Yo,
what's up, you motherfuckers?
Yo, we in the building. You know it's been a while.
Reunited and it feels so good.
There we go. And you know it's been a minute. You know, it's been a minute since we've been together. Yes. Listen, you know what's crazy though? As much stuff has gone on, this is only Volume 9, Episode 7 of the season. Only 7 episodes so far. Listen, I said it last show.
Been in that bag.
I don't know who had a rough time, who had a rougher time to the start of their season, the podcast or the New York Giants. Like I don't know who had the roughest
start. The Giants. We still doing numbers. We're still doing numbers. The Giants ain't doing no numbers.
You understand? Normally by now, listen, if we're in week 5 of the NFL, that means we're usually like on show damn near 20. We're on show 7.
But the Giants are still in worse shape than we are.
Yo, well, we got a big
and that is factual.
Yo, that is factual. But folks, we got a big show for you guys today. We're coming at you live and direct from the most en fuego city in the world. We're coming at you right from the new studio in West Palm Beach, Florida. It is officially October 11th.
And the spot is dope, y'all.
Thank you.
It's dope.
Thank you.
Real man cave vibes in here.
Thank you. It is officially October 11th.
Only thing we needed was the stairway down into the basement to give us some real New York vibes.
That's what it really needs. That's what I really need. I need to get a basement or a shed. It's a full blown out shed.
For where we live, shed is more likely.
Yeah. We ain't doing no basements unless we trying to drown. I mean, there's a couple of basements in here in not in South Florida. There's a couple of basements in Florida. I want to. It's more up north.
I was about to say, it got to be some Tallahassee shit.
I'm trying to think like where. I want to say there's a few basements down here. Very few. Like, I want to say basements. There's dips underneath where you're going below the house level. Basement. So since the new job, right, isn't so strict, are we?
Oh, yes.
Are we?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Let's get this going.
Them niggas said you don't even when they said the background pass. Oh, the background pass. That's it.
I remember being at jobs.
I was like, and you don't say nothing more. You like, that's it.
Wonderful. I'm glad we can move forward.
Lovely.
Sensational.
Soon as I hung up that phone, I said.
Sensational. We got a big show for you guys.
No drug test. Love it. Here I am panicking like, oh my God. Who I gotta hit up?
Oh man.
Whose piss I need?
Yo, when the jobs don't do that, I remember going to new jobs and thinking like, this thing, okay, they're gonna eventually drug test. Like 90 days thinking like, when it's coming. That 91st day, I was like, man. It always felt so good. I was literally the person that I would stop. I was back in the day. I would stop before I had a niece. I would stop. That I can trust. I would stop. Right? I would literally stop fully. Right? Give myself time to flush.
Mm.
And then wait 3 months after the new job just in case they come late. Come to the military. Like, hey, yo, anytime now. Hey, you got yeah, exactly.
Give you this random.
So I'd be like, 91 on day 91. But also, kind of after you also kind of celebrating your probational period being off. You're like, oh
Right.
yeah, we about to get faded. Listen, like we about to get into this podcast. It's a big show today, October 11th, 2023. Hi. Listen, current temperature right now is 80 degrees, partly cloudy. Strong winds today, and it must be because we have the storm with us. We got Thursday night football to talk about. So
Ain't it equivalent? It was storming pretty nice today.
Oh, listen,
it was storm. It was God saying it's time
for you to show up. We got Thursday night football to get into, right? We're going to get into that. We got a Blue Chew promo code. Actually, you know what? For my Blue Chew
people... Get into the Blue Chew now, damn it. I haven't heard the Blue Chew promo in a minute, damn it.
For my Blue Chew people,
get that promo.
I'm actually going to hook you guys up.
Give me that promo.
I'm not even going to put the promo up. I'm not even going to hit the promo for you guys. But you know what I am going to do? I'm going to drop the QR code for you guys. I'm going to drop the QR code for you guys. So if you're listening, you need to be watching because right now there's a Blue Chew promo code up for you guys. You click that that QR link, and you're able to get your first order of Blue Chew for free. We'll tell you more about Blue Chew a little bit later.
FREE, the greatest word in the English.
Shout out to the sponsors for real.
Shout out to the sponsors. Major shout out. To
WNBA finals. We're gonna start.
You know that.
We're starting the show off with that. Buckle up, people. It's gonna be a fast ride. We're gonna talk some Charlo versus Canelo. We didn't get a chance to get into that yet, and I lied to you. We're gonna start off the podcast with a birthday shout out. So we're gonna celebrate everybody that had a birthday yesterday and today.
Line is not good, B.
So if
you can't do that. Line is not good, B. You can't do that. Yeah. You can't lie.
So if you know anybody that has a birthday, that had a birthday yesterday, has a birthday today, you start tagging them. You start putting their names in the comments. You start hitting them up on the phone. You start texting them like, "Hey, yo, come listen to the podcast. I got a shout out for you." You be like, "What? What podcast? What shout out?" Hey, yo, start asking questions. Just log in, listen. I got something. I got something special for you. Put their names in there. We'll make sure we give them their love. Glove free. Glove free.
Emphasis on glove free.
And that's what I think Team USA is planning on doing like next year. We're going to talk about them. We got the GM polls that we're going to get into, talk about glove free as well. Speaking about glove free, also Kawhii Leonard happens to be offended. And also speaking of glove free, no more USDA in the UFC. What does that mean? We're going to talk about all that and more a little bit later. And when I say
even know what that means.
And more, there's a lot and more in store for you guys. So we're gonna hit you guys up with a little tea of the week. I'm gonna play that sound. I don't know how I like it quite yet. So you know what we say here. Regardless of the time and regardless of the weather, it's always a blast on the MyT Sports podcast. And it's always a good time to talk some sports. So let's start talking. Woo! Back at it like a sports fanatic. MyT Sports. Coach, you got any words for us?
That's when it just clicked in my mind that if you just run through somebody's face, a lot of people ain't going to be able to take that over and 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 over. And
he's a life coach.
He's a life coach.
Life coach.
See, if you're a freak, you wonder what's he talking about exactly at this point.
Over and over and over and over and over again. You're just not gonna like that.
Which is, I keep wondering from the New York Jets. Maybe that's why I want Rex Ryan to coach this team, because I know that's exactly how he would treat this game plan. We're gonna run this ball over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, and you try to stop that three-headed monster that we have. But you know what? No, let's not go to the Jets. I don't want to go that far left field. Actually, not even first.
What about the birthdays?
Let's get the birthday shout out.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
It's been a while now. Yeah. It's your birthday. We said it's your birthday. It's your birthday. It's your birthday. It's your birthday. Because it's your birthday. We sing happy birthday. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday. You know what we do here at the top of the podcast? This is where we give out birthday shots. We told you to get your peoples ready. We told you to start adding them. We told you to text them. We told you to get them on the line. We told you to get them on the show. We told you to get them on the air so that they can hear the birthday shout outs that we about to pop in their ear. First birthday shout outs we got happens on October 10, 10/0/10.
Don't you bitch. that you didn't get your happy birthday text from
Listen.
me because you got it here on the MyT Sports Podcast.
This is a birthday shout out that Darnell would not be fond of, but Natalie would. So I'm gonna call this birthday shout out from Natalie, right? As we want to say, as we give a birthday shout out. I still didn't think of when your birthday was to one of our old friends, Raquel Quinones. I don't know what your new last name is. There's some. Let's move on, right? Next birthday shout out. I would like to
be calling that like Nat.
Listen, like you understand, like, because I know it's that person's birthday, and on different sides of the circle, right? She could function on one half of the circle,
on the other side,
another half she
and burn.
Exactly, and she can't function.
Of course.
And I have to respect the people that she can function with because she's not the same person that you couldn't that everybody else couldn't function with. And I happen to know about the new person, and the new person that she is, 100% proud of. Holy crap! The maneuvers that this young lady has maneuvered through, right? Has conducted herself through, right? Since her exile from the group has been phenomenal. Like blessings on blessings on blessings. So because I know the person that she has now become, and because she is a dear friend of Natalie's, right? She gets a birthday shout out. Darnell wants nothing to do with this.
Darnell, we love you.
Darnell's like, you can spit acid in that bitch's face as far as I can.
Wow, that was mercy.
Like, he'll throw an uneaten chicken bone at you. The sauce on it. Right? My next birthday shout out we would like to give out to is to my cousin Tanetta Brown. That's the Orlando family. Want to say happy birthday to her. Also want to say happy birthday also to my other cousin Nicole Smith. That's my Canadian family that happens to now be in Cali, if I'm not mistaken. Happy birthday to her. And also, happy birthday to the whole entire Culture Inc. If you don't know who Culture Inc. is, Culture Inc. happens to be one of the best factions in wrestling today. If you are looking for, 4 individuals to come and rock your show, to put on a performance, you get them. We're talking about 5-time, you understand what? Currently, the holder of 5 heavyweight belts, like the integrator Malik Bosed, right? Also, Bosidi, my bad. Right, and then also you have his tag team partners, right? The Sky Ace. You also have the baddest woman in the game. You also have his manager. You put them all together. You have Culture Inc. And I'm telling you, they will change the culture of your organization, and they will change the culture of your program. You put them on, and you get put on. That's all I got to say about that. So let's get them all back into a room. Let's say happy birthday to Tanetta and to Raquel and to Nicole and Culture Inc. We want to wish you all a happy birthday. We hope you party hard. You enjoy everything. You regret nothing. But more importantly, you continue to flex on these hoes and you continue to stay MyT. I got no muscles no more. Oh man, let's get into it. Let's talk about flexing their muscles, right? Oh no, let's get back into it.
Whoa, hey, get your shit together.
Let's get back into the muscles.
Get your shit together.
Let's get into our first topic of the day. Where's Chill Will at? But you know
Chill,
what though?
what the hell? I told you.
It's okay. It's okay because now that we're officially into the first topic of the day,
yes,
let me properly introduce KJ the Storm back into the podcast.
Yes.
Love to see it segment of the week. Give me that shit.
With the Storm taking over the U.S.
A little more aggressive with a feature that is just coming off of Africa and eventually moving into this region.
Just up the road from Town by the Push Wing, it's got Get and Drop Off, Santa City, go.
It's a very warm surprise.
Real
It's
City.
starting to heat up as well at 1,300 degrees. I'm not authorized to evacuate. I think steel boils at about this temperature. So, Cave Creek, there's probably nothing left up there. Not your dad, but I would get out.
Don't make unnecessary journeys. Don't take risks on treacherous roads. And don't swim in the sea. Incredibly, people have been spotted in the water. The world is ending.
So don't even bother looting up there. It's not going to be.
Love to see it. Love to see it.
Yes, yes, yes. Stamp of approval.
It took me some time, but I finally got them all together.
Yes,
The storm is here.
yes.
And we gonna start this storm
Stamp
off by
of approval.
I'm glad you like it.
Phenomenal. Love to see it. Love to hear it. Oh shit.
Love to see it. Love to see it.
Give me more of that shit.
Glad you like it. Yo, not for that. I don't know if you caught that, but there's a portion in there where he goes and is that right off, so coming off of Africa in the city of, and this dude names us. That's a real word he's saying. It's so real. I'm gonna run this back. I'm gonna run back the intro just so you can hear. You pick up on the city that this guy says because it sounds like he's saying gibberish. It sounds like he had a stroke, but he actually nails it on one. He's like, it's a real word. It's English. Well, are you saying it in English? Listen again.
Love to see it segment of the week. Give me that shit.
With the storm taking over the US.
A little more aggressive with a feature that is just coming off of Africa and eventually moving into this region.
Just up the road from Standby to Perswingus, go get it from Drobos, and to City, go, go, go.
It's very warm.
That's a real city.
He's starting to heat up as well at 1,300.
What did this nigga just say?
I'm running back.
Love to see it segment of the week. Give me that shit.
With the storm taking over the US.
A little more aggressive with a feature that is just coming off of Africa and eventually moving into this region.
Just up the road from Standby to Perswingus, go get it from Drobos, and to City, go, go, go.
It's very warm. Surprise is starting to heat up as well at 1,300.
No, that's wild. Wow. That is wild.
I had to do some scouring. Yes, I scoured the internet for this intro.
Oh my God.
I was like,
Damn.
what? I was like,
You had to
yo,
go that hard?
Like
now
this
I know
nigga.
why you. Now I know why we was on the phone cussing me out that one day. God damn! If I went that hard for a motherfucking intro and I can't get you on the fucking show for all the shit you got going on, I cuss your ass out too. Shit.
Oh, fuck.
Holy shit.
Oh shit, I'm starting to sweat.
Hey,
Oh, I forgot what it was like. Oh,
my
man.
God.
Whew.
What the? This nigga said.
Well, we'll play it again when Chill gets here. We'll
Lord.
we'll let him get a stab
What
at
the
it too.
fuck?
Cause you know Chill Will's gonna get his intro, and right after that, I'll be like, hey yo, Chill Will, it's a world premiere, KJ's intro. Let's hear it. Oh man, but speaking of intros, right? We are introduced to the WNBA finals, and normally I'm already excited for the WNBA finals. Even more excited right now because the New York Liberty
Talk about it.
now lived up to the hype. Let's add that in there because too often in so many sports, the superstar makes the move, right? They may not be who we think is the face of the superstars, but they're one of the superstars in the league, right? They make moves. They go to a team. They start building what's supposed to be a super team, and the ass clowns don't make the playoffs. They get bounced in the first round, right? They lose to one German superstar, right? Things like that happen. Now, the end isn't here yet. So we don't know if she's going to win or lose, but she made it all the way through. New York has not been to a finals in over 20 years. They have not made it this deep in over 20 years. They haven't made the playoffs in over a decade. And Stewie comes there in 1 year, second best record in the league, to only their opponent, the Las Vegas Aces, who, when everybody asked me on paper who was the best team, all year I told them Aces. I don't care.
That's fair.
Like people was because as a like knowing that I'm a New York fan, like yo, you got a good team. You guys should win it this year. I'm like, have you not seen the Las Vegas Aces, or have you only heard that Breonna Stewart went to New York and you're like, oh, we should win it because the Las Vegas Aces is the truth. Listen, I love what Vegas is doing for their sports franchises. That's why when that professional basketball team goes there, it's gonna be a movie. That's gonna be an event for the first 7 years. And they better make sure they put a winning product there, too.
Yo.
Because if they don't put a winning product there, they're gonna fuck themselves. They have to put a winning product there. You better find the right coach.
The football team ain't getting it together.
But they drag the right fan base with them. Right. So fan base. Yeah, so they drag the Raiders with them.
Because they don't give a damn. They'll go out there and watch that team get their ass whooped with no problem. But they gotta have something else, whether it's basketball, because they're not getting it in college or nothing like that. You gotta get in the league. They at least got it with the women, but if the men don't come over there and represent,
yeah,
it'll be like the same way we talk about the U.S. men's soccer team.
We don't.
Exactly. We either don't or we flat out shit on them every time. Because we say, you motherfuckers, the women shit on you, make you look like bozos all the time.
And that's what happened with the Las Vegas Aces and New York Liberty. Their very first matchup of the season, not the playoffs. The Aces shitted on the Liberty. Badly. Where it looked like it was like it, because at that time I think the Aces maybe had one loss at that time, 2 losses at the time. No. When they beat us the first time, they had 1 loss.
All I know is at the time they looked fucking unstoppable.
And when they whooped us, they whooped us bad. Then we faced them again later on in the season, also for the Commissioner's Cup,
and we dragged their asses.
Beat them for the Commissioner's Cup. Our second meeting against them, we also beat them. We beat them. End up getting the better of the series 3-1 in the regular season. And all season you can hear and you can see the build-up of these two juggernauts, because that was the taste. What did Paul Pierce say? Hold on. Let's see if I have it. Oh man, do I have it? This would be funny if. Oh, I'm so mad I don't have it. You know that Paul Pierce take where he's like, I don't want just a sample. Give me the whole thing. like that's how. But that's how I felt during the regular season. I think most of us should have felt in the regular season. Like, yo, don't just give me this sample. Give me I can't wait for the whole thing. Like I want to taste all these women. Like I just want to lick on them. Like I want to taste them. I don't tell them like fully inside. Yes. Is that a fallopian tube? Yeah. Jamie. So it built it. I feel like it helped the excitement, and then it wasn't these two teams be the best and second best on 2 teams in the league. It's also that both team stars were also in the race for the MVP voting. Yes. Going through the whole year. Yes. All year. AJ, you hearing AJ Wilson, Breonna Stewart. AJ Wilson, Breonna Stewart.
2 each. With Sabrina and Kelsey. 4.
So you're seeing but those 2 were the main 2.
Of course.
Like they went there. Like it's
of course.
See,
of course.
What you just did is
the problem.
You know what you just did right there.
You actually watched the game.
I know, but you know what you did right there, right? Because they got votes. What you did right there is when I tell people, hey, at least give Julius Randle respect for getting an MVP, being an MVP consideration. He gets to vote for it. I'm not saying he's a real consider. You see? But that's what you see. I know you hate me. He's like, God damn it, this. But that's what you did. I appreciate it.
So you're right. I do hate you. Because now I just contradicted myself. That's fucked up.
Listen,
that's fucked up.
It happens to all of us. You didn't contradict yourself like
that's how you do it. That's how you do it. You wanted to get niggas back this badly. Yeah, that's your list. It's a receipt. It's a
I'm just saying, I don't know where it came from. But here goes a receipt. I don't know. Printed it all around the place.
This man keeps a receipt to pull out on the show. Y'all, I wish y'all told me this is how he was moving.
It just happened to me.
I wish y'all told me this is what I was going to
Like
deal with.
it just
My
happened to be at
man's
the
had a
main boat.
receipt just chilling right here that he keep every week right there. That's crazy. Y'all could have warned me. That's crazy, America.
Oh,
That's
man.
crazy. That's crazy. Y'all got me out here looking like Barkley.
Oh, you mean Champion Chuck? Hey, what was that line? Yo, I'm glad you said that because it reminded me about that one line. He was like, "Playoff P can't keep walking around and calling himself Playoff P, and he keep losing." That's like me talking about I got a championship and I never won. Like, well, oh, you know what? That's it. Like that's me walking around calling myself Champion Chuck. So that's my new name from now, Champion Chuck. I mean, he may not be on champion on the field, but he's definitely a champion in his current space. Like he's one of those untouchable figures. Like he's like, that's just Barkley being Barkley. And it's beautiful when people are like, that's just so and so being so and so. Like, yeah, thank you, no offense. So, but there was mad offense taken with Breonna Stewart winning that championship, winning that MVP over Aja Wilson. Because obviously, Aja's going to think like, yo, I should have got this. And it was close. If I'm not mistaken, at the very end, Aja may have even end up passing her in scoring as well. So she beat her in scoring. The team has the better record. But Breonna gets the better votes. And I can understand it because it would be like Dirk Nowitzki on his championship year getting the MVP over LeBron James. You're the super team. So I can understand them maybe giving more credit to Dirk Nowitzki carrying old Jason Kidd, Posley, Jason Terry, and those guys to a championship versus having already scoring champion, one of the who was already on pace to be one of the top 3 shooting guards of all time in Dwayne Wade, and then you get one of the most efficient big men, and you build the super team along with Pat Riley and this whole entire formula. The accreditation kind of gets diluted, and I think that may have what helped Stewie get the edge over Aja is that the fact that when you look at Vegas is a super team. Yeah. Like they got bodies all over the place.
Yeah.
For New York,
they got a Hall of Famer who's a role player. Who's hurt.
For real. Candace Parker. we forget about her.
Who's a role player, a first ballot Hall of Famer. When Candace Parker retires, she's gonna be a first
walking right
basketball Hall
red bottoms
Hall
and everything, orange bottoms,
right in first ballot. Same with Sue Bird, same with Taurasi, Maya Moore, first ballot.
It's like Becky Hammond did.
First ballot.
That's how great. Becky. Wait a minute. And Becky Hammond is coaching their team, and they're being coached by Becky fucking Hammond.
That's why I'm surprised that you just said their coach. Like, you don't know
who
the Aces coach is.
My bad. I forgot. Yeah.
The great Becky motherfucking Hammond.
So like I said, the Aces are that team. And I forgot where I was going with this. Right, but so versus as I say, they are that super team versus Breonna Stewart going to, because you know the New York Liberty were, what the New York Knicks are now.
Yes,
a good team with a bunch of young people that are making strides to get better. Right, getting to the playoffs, but for them their playoffs are super short. So getting right to the cusp of the playoffs, but not really making it. They found a superstar, inserted a superstar. That superstar took a very good team and helped elevate them. That's what she did. So I can understand how she gets more credit for that MVP. But for that first game, they waxed us.
Oh,
they waxed us.
We was up 10.
We're talking about.
We was working them early.
We're talking about cool Herc.
Spin on working them raw.
Spin on your head. Early. Completely poetically waxed us.
Yeah.
We're talking about.
They went 50 Shades of Grey on us. That's what they did. That's exactly what they did. They went 50 Shades of Grey on us. That's crazy.
Like you get paid out of pleasure waxing.
It wasn't even disrespectful. That's how bad they waxed us. It wasn't even disrespectful.
$82.99. It wasn't even that close.
They did a gentleman. They did a gentleman wax. That's wow.
Yeah, they did that ladylike.
They was ladylike.
They were ladylike with that.
They was ladylike with that shit.
$82.99.
Wow.
Plum drops 26.
Wow.
Jackie Young drops 26.
Wow.
Chelsea Gray drops 20 points and 9 assists.
Wow.
Asia 19. The lowest scores of everybody that dropped double digits.
Wow.
Meanwhile, the New York Liberty,
Wow.
Jonquil Jones, she does what she does.
Wow.
She drops a double-double, 16 and 10.
Wow.
But that's what you need from her. So at
Yep.
least she's consistent.
Yep.
Stewie drops 21 points and 9 rebounds.
Wow.
Stayed consistent. We're going to need a little bit more from her.
Yep.
But you know who we really need more from? That goddamn person who challenged Stephen Curry to shootouts.
Goddamn right.
Sabrina Ionescu.
Goddamn right. Call her out.
I'm sorry.
Call her out.
because
Call her out.
because I don't know.
Call her out.
I don't know what Ionescu is
Call
seeing,
her out.
but all I know is that 7 points
Call her out.
is unacceptable.
Call her
If
out.
you are going to be now one of the new faces of the league, one of the young point guards one of the young up and coming point guards of the league, one of the new stars of the league, you over here running with your commercials like you're Baker Mayfield. Right now, you looking like Baker Mayfield. You understand? You over here about to get put in the oven and get cooked like you were Baker in some Mayfield.
Roll bounce.
I tell you, I really like watching.
Call
You know what I started doing again?
her out.
I started watching URL and rap battles before the podcast again.
URLB. Elite.
I started watching that before. It put me in the right mind frame. You know,
Yes. Yes. Yes.
that's what I did to compensate for not being able to use the people's beats anymore.
Damn.
But can I tell you this? Also, I realized as I'm here with, as you guys can see, my heart is on my sleeve with this team right now. I'm a glutton for punishment. Because you've heard what I've said already and I've said this all season. I do believe the Aces are the better team. But here I am. Chasing this white horse.
You say it. Say it.
Beating my chest.
Say it.
Wanting the New York Liberty win this championship.
Say it. You say it again.
I want the New York Liberty win this championship, but I'm a glutton for punishment. Because I expected them to be exactly where they're at. They were supposed to be here. If they didn't get here, I would be upset if they weren't here. But now that they're here, I'm like, I can see it, I can taste it. Like it's right there. Like we can hold it, we can caress it. Like I could go home at night and like put legs and boobs on it in my dreams and smash it.
Yes.
And I want this chip. It's been so long. My Yankees ain't been doing shit. The Jets ain't done shit since I've been born. Knicks ain't done shit since I've been born. Like all I've had is the Yankees.
That's a very
Can we? I would love to get this for the Liberty. I would love. I kind of need this
subject, right? The Yankees, the Rangers, those are very, very sensitive subjects.
Look at that, 7 points when you average 16. When you average 16 points in the second round.
Come on, Sabrina. You too pretty for that too, son. On the real. I follow your Instagram. You look good. You too good for that. Come on. But I needed some of these fine shorties to really make it. These super fine shorties I be seeing on Instagram to be looking just like
yo.
I saw one last week. I said, "Hey, yo, I need you to make it just for brand purposes.
For real, like
you got that ass. You look good. Like, yo, I need you to make it." Because if motherfuckers see your fine ass on TV,
they'll watch.
Like, hey,
like,
yo,
Bill,
who's your favorite player? Yeah, that motherfucker, right? Why?
Listen,
she
you would draw dudes and studs alike, and even some straight women, like because they gonna watch.
Come on.
Let's move on, right? I know this is team woman. We gonna keep coming back and forth in here, right?
Word.
Let's go internationally known because I'm known to rock a microphone, right? Team USA.
Yes.
Team USA has come out and recently started announcing all of the guys that want to now play for the Olympic team. Now that the world team got, what's the word of the day?
They got
we got waxed. I think
they got waxed.
waxed.
They got waxed. They got waxed.
Right?
They got worked.
So now we start getting LeBron James. He makes the first announcement. Of course, he has to be the first one, don't he? Like, I'm committed to Team USA. Oh, John Cena looking ass, man.
All you niggas. All you.
But then, you know, of course, if LeBron James is going to join, then you know the light boy wonder has to come out. He's not gonna let that shit. The golden child has to come out and shine.
Because like you can't outshine me, nigga.
Exactly.
Hating ass, nigga.
So Stephen Curry comes out,
nigga.
and then obviously his court jester comes out, and Devin Booker and says, "I want to join this light skin party too." Kevin Durant he hops on a burner account and says, "I think I heard someone that
jumps on the bandwagon.
That KD wants to join too."
You know
he talks about it in third person. Now the only thing that upset me, I should say the only thing that upset me because I had different compartments of disappointment. Right? One was that, and so okay, I take this because there's part of me that tries to think logically in every situation. Sometimes, right? Sometimes, most times, sometimes. Whether I take that logical thought path, who knows? But my first thought is, especially when I see these teams, and there's no LeBron James, there's no Stephen Curry, there's no Book, there's no KD. One of my thoughts is damn, you motherfuckers are lazy. You don't want to go ahead and run this world tournament. But also another part of me is like, well, this is also a good time to try to give some of these young boys a look and see if they're good enough to carry this mantle. And then when Robin gets kidnapped by the Joker again, then Batman and the whole Justice League comes to save the day. So that's how that's kind of the two ways I tend to approach it. Is it that these guys are just fugazi and they don't want to go through it, and instead of just being, because I'd rather them be dominant. I would rather them kind of be dominant and be like, you can't fuck with USA in this game.
No.
Right? I don't like the fact that they keep sending the
kids to mess around with grown man business.
The Teen Titans, right? Teen Titans. And then, you know, when all the sidekicks or when all the Titans are in somebody's basement, kidnapped over a vat of acid,
then we go send the handle up.
Next, you know, now here comes Superman, here comes Batman, here comes Flash, here comes Wonder Woman.
Come on, man.
KD's Wonder Woman.
Come on. It's perfect for him.
Tells truth behind a rope.
Facts.
That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I meant. That's what I meant. He's a great Amazonian. He's a great warrior that tells truth behind the rope. And we all know he has a burner account, so I'm not making anything up that I'm not saying anything that we don't know about.
With all due respect, of course.
All due respect. So that's the point that's the kind of two that's the sides. Those are the two different sides that hit me. Is that, are you guys trying to give the young boys a decent run at this, a respect at this, or are you in that, nah, these world games are beneath me. We don't need to fuck with that. That if they lose, they lose. But we'll come and we'll win in the. Which I'm like, that wasn't Mamba mentality. That's not what Kobe was doing. Kobe played in that world game. Did he not? He played in that world game, didn't he?
Sure did.
And then more people came, and he also played in the Olympic game. but I think I remember Kobe playing in those world games. So I just find it disappointing that. And maybe the point I find disappointing more is that the B squad keeps failing.
Yes.
Right? And it takes now a whole entire A team to go ahead and put a plan together to go ahead and get this goal. Yes. Which sometimes doesn't even look like it's guaranteed anymore, but we always come away with it right now. At least this one year we didn't come away with it. We didn't come away with Olympic gold, did we? Have we always got an Olympic gold?
When we send our guys out there?
Yeah.
When we send the head honcho?
Yeah.
Always.
Always?
Always.
Okay.
Always. Always. When we started sending the head honchos out there.
Now, you know what's even worse, too? If you're going to do this, right, we're sending B squads, start sending college kids again. I say fuck it. Start sending college.
You know what I'm saying?
If you're gonna take L's, at least say no. These are collegiate guys. Don't send professional L's. They had damn near the whole entire Nick Villanova squad. Yo. Oh man. So the other half of the disappointment, Joel Embiid joined the USA team, and I don't know who said it, but I kind of feel sorry for Cameroon. I feel sorry for Africa because they missed out on and I know that he's not gonna win with Cameroon. We know that, but yo, go rep your country, B.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Like, because Africa put on a good show. I can't remember who it was. It was, damn it, one of these African countries put on a good fight.
Ghana.
No, it wasn't Ghana.
Because it was soccer.
Talking about basketball. And this past year, one of them actually made a half decent run, right? Was it Monte Verdes or something? Can't remember. So it would be good for him to not only go and represent Africa, but also does he realize you go to Africa for that Olympic time frame, and you also become the face to also help promote the African League that they have going on over there. You become an African League ambassador.
Yes.
And we know about your personality. We know about your followers. He says that he touches a couple million people on social media. So if anybody didn't know that there was an African League, they're gonna find out now through Joel Embiid. You have him going do a couple of have him he's always running, like you see them running in the rec leagues and stuff like that. Show him running a pickup game with these African motherfuckers and get a chance to highlight their skills. Like I think they missed out real big on that. Like Joel Embiid really fucked up on that shit. Cause now he joins the American team and now it's Steph, Book, Kevin Durant, LeBron James, and Joel Embiid. You guys better never lose a game.
But you know why he did that shit, though.
Because he wants the chip. He wants to go.
Nah. It's not about the chip. It's not about the chip.
It's about coming to New York?
No. It's about, let me dibble-dabble over here and see what players I actually could fuck with in regards to possibly joining or getting to come to Philly. It's a recruiting trip for him. Whether to get people to come to him or for him to go to people.
So Julius Randle and Jalen Brunson, I better put on a good impression. When y'all make that bench squad, I better put on a good impression. Touching this. Now we gonna switch gears, right? I don't want to keep fighting this empty battle, but I'm a little disappointed. Like I said, I thought there was. I understand that recruiting trip, right? And because this is an opportunity where this is usually a space where players generally talk about teaming up the most, right? Because now you're with them. And you're with them for a whole summer. And now you get to play against each other. And even if you didn't think about playing with somebody, now you may be like, hey, we got some good synergy here. We may need to go ahead and team up next year in New York. Donovan Mitchell and Joel Embiid. Yeah. Saying that Leon Rose was also your agent, Joel Embiid. I never forgot about that. I kept that in the back of my head of weird shit to know, just in case it becomes irrelevant when you have to tie break.
Damn,
I see you guys
hitting.
everything may be hitting. I see you guys popping in the chat rooms. Go ahead and leave me a message. Go ahead and join this chat. Also, the phone lines are open as well if you guys want to call in. No
Damn,
chill will yet.
Giannis, man.
No chill will yet.
Chill. This is mad. All right.
This is crazy.
This is craziness. Let me call this thing.
So,
but damn, I wanted Giannis though.
I know, but we can't fight that.
As soon as I saw Dame traded, I said, damn.
Like, damn.
Because I needed Giannis to come.
No.
Come on, man. We up out here. We
like, where's
Chill Will?
Whatever. He sound like he sound like he knee deep in some Chill Will. You knee deep in some Chili Will?
Tyler said you sound like you deep in some Chill Will.
I told you, actually URL before the show now. It puts me in the right mind frame. I don't know why.
That's some wild shit. Yo, shit.
I watched that shit and Wildin' Out.
He say he not totally wrong though.
See, he had that sound like he sounded a little too chill.
He was in the false. He
Like
was in the falsetto.
Like he don't have all of his leg muscles anymore.
Had somebody hitting the falsetto.
Like he don't smoke.
Bop, bop, bop,
Like
bop.
he don't smoke, but I know when somebody sound high. He's elevated. All right, B. We'll catch up with you in a second.
All right, B.
Go ahead.
Yes.
So,
Our
another
lovely Cleveland correspondent.
senior Ohio
Senior
correspondent.
Ohio. Yes.
'Cause anybody else that comes from Ohio, you gotta answer the chill will. Like I don't care who you are. Like,
Valid.
listen, like I'm telling you right now. Like
nigga, I don't
like-
know you. You
like-
go through my nigga chill.
like
will.
turtleneck-
With all due
Turkey
respect.
neck Brian Windhurst could come through here. I don't want you to know.
We don't know you, bitch.
And I'll be like, yeah, listen, go through chill will.
Go through
You
chill. If chill
answer-
don't fuck with you, we don't fuck with
You answer to him. Like you talk to Chill Will
Yeah.
talks to me.
Yeah. And if chill not fucking with you, we not fucking with you. You could be Steve Harvey, goddammit.
I can't hear you say we can get on the game show. You from Ohio? You gotta go through him, Steve Harvey.
Don't give a damn.
That's my bad Steve Harvey impersonation. Oh man, you know who did a bad impersonation?
So,
I forget his first name. What's his first name? Charlo. His first name. Damn it.
damn, that's a good question. Oh, Jamel Charlo.
Jamel Charlo. Jamel Charlo had a
Jamel Charlo.
did a bad impersonation of a tough guy. When it fights again, and granted, Canelo Alvarez is no joke. He's nobody to take. He's nobody lightly. He's nobody to sneeze at. He's been in this game for 2 decades now, dominated.
Oh. Out of his mercy.
Speaking of
Mercy.
domination,
Oh, Lord of mercy.
New York Liberty are currently down 17-2.
I don't love to see that.
I'm glad this is a 7-game series now.
Lord. Oh, it is?
Yeah, these are not 7-game series for the finals.
The finals?
Yeah.
7 game? Thank you, Jesus.
Oh my God! Look at that, Sabrina gobbled up.
Oh, Lord of mercy.
I don't know if she can handle this pressure yet, which may be fine.
Second year in the league.
Exactly. I next year, there's no excuses. But this is bad. Like this is James Harden bad.
Oh, the mercy.
And this is Michael Jackson bad.
Out of his mercy.
And that's what Charlo was. Charlo was Michael Jackson bad because
Ooh, no, he wasn't. Because Bad actually a good song. It was not Michael Jackson, man. No.
Okay, you're right.
No.
But he was bad, and it's bad compared to Cornell. But compared to Canelo, Canelo's a real deal. You're not gonna go in there and bully Cornell. And I felt that what happened to Errol Spence and Bud Crawford happened with Cornelo and Charlo. Cornelo felt his power and was like, "That's it."
Cornelo. It's Canelo. Come on, man.
Cornell.
Come on, man. Leave Melo out of this.
Yo, Melo's my you know what though?
I love Melo. Melo, my nigga. Yo, like, look,
Can I tell you how much
nigga out of this?
Can I tell you how much Melo's my dude? Right? I can't wait for his kid to come into the league. He's already the number 1 rated shooting guard in 2025. I'm already following that shit. I can't wait for him to come into the league. Not only that, like I'm already now on the hunt for stories of people going up against Carmelo Anthony. And I ran into one, right? As we're talking about Canelo Alvarez, right? Carmelo Anthony comes up. I'm like, oh God, I can't even look that way.
Yeah, that's a nightmare right now.
I don't know who the player was, but they asked him about what was your welcome to the league moment, and he was like, he's a Detroit player. Like, it was when I was playing Camilla Anthony.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And
I think it was that dread nigga, the short head, Stanley Johnson. I think it was. I think so. I think that was him.
And he says that it was a home and home, right? That he was playing against New York. And he says that yeah, I had a good game. I had like 10, 11, 12 points, right? He said, but not for nothing, like Melo dropped like 35 on me, 45 on me in those 2 games. He said, but it wasn't the points that he dropped on me. He's like, Melo was the first player that I played against. He said Melo wasn't playing ball like that. He said Melo was trying to snatch my soul. Like when I was playing, like my body hurt. Like he's the first player I played against where when I got home, like my legs hurt, my ribs hurt, my back hurt, my shoulders hurt, my neck hurt, my head hurt. And then he was like, I'm laying down there like, I'm gonna have to find a different game plan tomorrow. Like I've only maybe heard about like 3 or 4 Melo stories, right? One of them coming from Kobe, obviously, right? But I am now in the hunt for more Melo stories. I want to hear.
Can I hit a pause real quick?
Sure.
Not a bad pause. Anything like that. This nigga Jimmy Butler. I can't stand this nigga right now. I don't know who he's talking about, but got a quote here on the upcoming season. We're gonna suit that shit up again in October, and I'm gonna whoop all y'all asses again. I love this. I hate that I love this nigga
I
so
hate the
much.
Miami Heat. I really hate the Miami Heat.
I hate that I love this nigga.
But Jimmy
man.
Butler gets the utmost respect from us on the podcast. He really does.
And you know what, Miami Heat? I hate y'all niggas even more.
For real.
Word. Y'all niggas should have had Dame. Because if y'all would have had Dame, Giannis would not want to stay in Milwaukee.
Then you go to Miami.
And then, no. It would have been a shot to get Giannis to New York.
That's right. But I don't
Dame not going to Miami,
but you
shot Giannis
but
coming to New York.
I'm glad because I would hate to have to hate Dame. Because you understand that
I would not hate Dame. I would hate the Heat.
I already don't hate Jimmy Butler, right? I can't have 2 players on the Heat that I highly respect. That's damn near liking them.
Damn, you're right.
Like, you understand how much sight cheering?
You got 2 niggas on the team that you like, yo, you fuck
that you respect, exactly because low key I'll be rooting for Jimmy Butler's and Damian Lillard's well I'm like no, I'm damn near rooting for the Heat.
Fire for that. Mr. Fire.
Oh goddamn! My body almost rejected me. My body almost rejected me. Oh shit! Speaking of, I got a beer in the freezer. Right. So Canelo worked Charlo, dropped him early in the second round. Right, and then you saw the work just wasn't there. He outworked him, outpaced him. Landed more jabs, more body punches, more power punches. Charlo was 100% outworked, and the only thing I can think of about halfway through this fight is we got to get Bud versus Canelo. We got to.
Facts. Need it. Set it up.
So Bud Crawford right now has to fight. I forgot he has to fight some bum, right? I'm sorry. No disrespect. He has to fight some dude first, and then he gets and then the rematch clause kicks in for him versus Errol Spence. I thought after that he should fight Charlo, but fuck Charlo, fight Canelo. I'm gonna fight Charlo after that, but Canelo, like, you understand? If you can get this, I know it's gonna be hard to do, so it can't happen this year. It may have to happen, and when I say this year, I mean 2024. It may not happen 2025 if you want to do it at the right time. Because there's no way for Bud Crawford to defend his title, fight Charlo, and then fight Canelo. Not Charlo, but fight Errol Spence, and then fight Canelo for Mayday. because that's when that's
Legendary.
that's when they need to fight is in May.
Legendary.
But I don't know if he can get those 2 fights out and be ready. But if Bud Crawford gets those 2 guys out the way to get to Canelo in May and waxes Canelo, man, we got to put him in the box immediately. Walk him in there, because then Canelo's only would have had 2 losses to 2 notable fighters with undefeated records, and it will be Bud Crawford and Money Mayweather.
Mm-hmm. That would be legendary.
So that's also like it's weird because if he can't, so you're talking about 3 fights between now and May. That's a lot. That's 3 fights in 6 months. That means he would have to walk through his title defense, walk through Errol Spence again, take no damage again, and then bam, which would work for him because if he could walk through those 2 guys, right, and take no real damage, he's in great shape to fight Canelo. He doesn't have to go to a training camp. He's already in shape if you're doing 3 fights in 6 months.
Boom.
And he's the kind of dog to do it.
Exactly.
He got that dog in him. 32-13, a minute 33 left in the quarter.
Oh.
You know what?
Oh.
Since they not doing it there, we gonna have to get the troops in here. We gonna have to get the troops in here and take ourselves a small army break and go. Not Armadale. I wish I had some Armadale. Remember that Jay-Z vodka Armadale? Let me take myself an army break. Right? But we gonna take ourselves a quick army break. Excuse me. It's that beer. Got that beer in me, boy. Right? But we're not gonna go anywhere. We'll be back in about just a minute. We're gonna take a quick break. And when we come back, we're gonna talk some Thursday night football. We got Giants, Jets, Heat. We got the tea of the week to get into. We got all that and more coming up next on the MyT Sports Podcast.
They didn't join this team to win championships or become famous. They joined because there is important work to be done, and only some able to do it. They are brighter, better educated, led, and equipped than any team in history. They are doctors, lawyers, engineers, technologists, and combat troops, all prepared for whatever comes their way. You'll find them where the lights don't flash, and the only contract they sign is with themselves and their country. One day, they may be asked what they did to make a difference in this world, and they can respond, "I became a soldier."
All right, we are back with the MyT Sports Podcast. I am still your host, the one and Talented Montel. I got my co-host KJ the Storm with me.
Yeah.
Wanna have a little fun?
Just a little fun.
It's a little fun. It's something I've been playing around with, right? And I call it pausable moments in sports. Just some listen and react.
Oh, sounds scary.
You can say he's a meat stretcher. He'll stretch your meat.
That wasn't sports.
When to come. So Chris does a great job. Giannis comes from behind and gets a piece of it. Like, it's not just when you come, like it's how hard you come.
Damn, Doris. Hey, yo. Hey, yo. Damn. Yo. Hey.
Let's run that
Doris, I am sorry.
Know when to come. So Chris does a great job. Giannis comes from behind and gets a piece of it. Like, it's not just when you come, like it's how hard you come. You have to know when to come. So Chris does a great job.
Oh, okay, hold on. Okay, you want another one?
Oh, no, hold on. We got to marinate on that for a little bit. Hey, yo. I don't know who Doris Burke's man is, but clearly you're not doing the job right. Listen, I'm like Mike Epps and Welcome Home Roscoe Jenkins. Sign me up for that booty. Do they?
Because we know here, right?
Hey, yo.
When you have a show, right, you find a way to send subliminal messages, right? To your audience, to your significant others, all kinds of stuff. She had, like you said, I don't know who her man is, but that sounds like a subliminal message. Like, I don't know subliminal messages, but
Comes from behind and gets a piece of it. Like, it's not just when you come, like it's you come. You have to know when to.
it's just not when you come, it's how hard you come. It was either that or she was trying to let women know everywhere. Like, listen, ladies, it's not when you come, it's how hard you come. Like, who was she talking to?
Word. We need clarification.
Apparently,
G14.
Apparently, this had to do with Giannis in one of Giannis's games.
Lord
is this Milwaukee versus Brooklyn?
Lord have His mercy.
This is Milwaukee. Yeah, I think that's Milwaukee versus the Clippers.
Yeah, this is very disrespectful.
So this is with playoff P.
That is very disrespectful. I do not appreciate that. 38-19.
Oh,
goodness.
Listen, throw in the damn towel. You want to unwrap another one, or you want to save that for another podcast? That's okay. Cause I got a bunch of them. Also, I got to tag you guys in that folder, so you can add to that too. I got a list of them. I was like, hey, yo, like this is like that first one. That wasn't even sports. Hold on, you know what? I'll run that one back. That one wasn't even sports. That was just a pausable moment.
Look at your neighbor, say he's a meat stretcher. He'll stretch your meat. Hallelujah to. Look at your.
Like, what? That's church. That was in church. Look at your neighbor and tell him you a meat stretcher. He'll stretch you. Hey, yo. Unless my neighbor is Sister Perry, like, you know, unless my neighbor is Sister Neely, like, unless my neighbor is Sister Charles, you know, unless, you know, like, no.
Flag.
Meat
Yo, me say fire for that. Me say boom, bye, bye, and I'm about to boy.
We got to get a fire upon that on that one. I'm gonna have to get a fire upon that drop. Oh man. So you ready to get into some football? We ain't talk no football yet. We've actually we talk basketball. We talk a little bit football.
I would talk about some baseball, but my goddamn Yankees folded.
The only thing you need to know about this baseball postseason
is the bitch Astros is still in it. Fuck them. Shout out to the Braves and the Phillies for a good series.
If you're gonna give them a half dead shot, at least mention that they've been there for like the conference championship for like 7 fucking straight years.
By the Yankees?
No. So
you want me to give credit to
I was just saying, like, I mean, if you could have
Astros?
mentioned them, at least mention that they've been there 7 straight years. They made it to the ALCS for 7 straight years.
You made it to the ALCS for the good amount of the last few years. You know, I'm highly jealous of your team, like, because you're everything I would wish my Yankees were. Instead of stop focus on the goddamn home runs, put the fucking ball in the play. You know, bitch ass fucks. And fuck y'all.
Everybody else gets a big up. They could get a regular applause.
Man, fuck you.
They get the golf clap.
Like, you niggas, man. I wish my Yankees would play like y'all niggas. But y'all niggas, except one part, though. We all know what that one part is.
Cheating?
Yeah, that part. But yeah, I wish my team would stop focus on the stupid ass home run and just put the fucking ball in play. Bitch ass Altuve. You're everything I wish Aaron Judge was.
No. Let me tell you. I'm gonna tell you the biggest stat of the playoffs. The fact that one of these games had only 19,000 people in attendance, which was the lowest attendance ever for a playoff game since 1919 or 1926. What some retarded shit like that. But that's how long. That's all you need to know about what the Major League Baseball playoffs look like when the Yankees aren't in it. You know how Deion Sanders is breaking all the records, like
Busting it
most
wide
most
open.
viewed, most this, most that. This playoff series, this playoff run is breaking all the records for lowest attendance, lowest viewed, lowest watched, lowest cared about, lowest streamed, lowest talked about at the water cooler. You know what I mean? Lowest vibration.
Vibrate.
Let's talk. See, talk about low. You know what? Fuck that. Let's talk some football. Since we talking low vibrations, let's talk football. Denver Broncos.
Speaking of vibrate.
Low vibrations, right?
Low vibration.
So
Relax yourself, girl.
he went from
Mr. Unlimited.
looking real fucking limited. looking like looking like that turf is made on kryptonite grass. Because he's just straight ass right now. And right now, he was in his lowest lane
Sierra,
that I've ever seen.
Sierra,
Did you catch all that?
Don't bring down
Kryptonite grass. He's playing like ass. He's in his lowest lane. Sorry, I need to get this URL shit. And even while Russell Wilson may be in his lowest lane, there's somebody even lower right now. There's somebody that came out there and said, this was the worst coaching job I've ever seen in my life. And
Talk
then,
about it.
And then he says, hold my beer, and puts on the worst coaching job that we've ever seen in my life. Yo, Karma. She's a bitch. She is fast. She is swift. And she will double slap you like a lickety-tongue Pokemon without you even noticing. Jesus. Yo, you understand? He got hit like it was rush hour. Like, which one of you hit me? Which one of you hit? Because he got blindsided by Karma. like we all ain't see that shit coming. He's the only person that didn't see that shit coming. So now the Denver Broncos are going to take on Kansas City tomorrow. So more than likely, they're going to have another L. What have they won? One game so far this season? Nathaniel Hackett had more than one win at this time last year. Just saying. Right now, Nathaniel Hackett has the other Wilson with more wins than the S. Wilson. What do we call? What's he called? Kirk Cousins' younger cousin. Russell Wilson is about to join the Kirk Cousins family. He is this close to joining the Kirk Cousins family.
Kirk, not my cousins.
Because we all said Kirk Cousins got a lot of cousins around the league. He got his black cousin in Dallas, right? Like, he got his young slow cousin in New England. He got his young pretty boy cousin in New York. Cousin, like, because he's as his star is dropping, Geno star is rising still. Like, Geno Smith is really showing. I never had anybody develop me. You know, not this Geno Smith star is rising. You know who else's star is rising? Pete Carroll's.
Oh,
because now when I think the top three coaches in the league, it's Andy Reid, Mike Tomlin, and Pete Carroll. Because if you let New England fans tell it, Bill Belichick is overrated. Bill Belichick is just a defensive coordinator that was lucky enough to have Tom Brady. Bill Belichick is is a fugazi coach and a horrible GM. You understand? My phone never misses. You understand? The New England fan base is ready to get rid of Bill Belichick.
Oh my God!
They're ready to run him out of town. What did I say to you guys earlier?
You ungrateful. You ungrateful.
The message from earlier? That was their words. What did I say earlier today? Read that back to me. That was their words. That wasn't me talking about Bill Belichick. This is literally New England radio fan base calling in and talking about Bill Belichick. And I love it. I love every bit of it. I love every bit of it. You non-deserving, disrespectful
fraud. Never a good coach, just a DC. Horrible GM. Nothing without Brady. New England fan base. Yo, bigger fraud than Lance.
There we go. Bigger fraud than Lance Armstrong.
Without cheating, he is nothing.
What's going on, sis?
He's a human piece of garbage.
That's a
real noodle arm. Who?
Sister Papa.
Oh, get out of here! I love it.
Mac Jones has a noodle arm. They say Mac Jones has a noodle arm. Mac Jones is now called ramen noodles. This is not me. So when I'm telling you, I tell you guys, I listen to everything everywhere. I try to get a little bit of everything from everywhere. And when I ran up on this gem, oh man, my heart twinkled. Boy, I am telling you, I hopped on and I took a ride to Happyville. And then I jumped right back on the return bus because it was a little too happy going on with it. Who's the cutie sitting next to you? Next to him? Me. Don't talk to me like that. Ew. Oh man. But I could not believe. Actually, I could believe it. But
that is unreal.
happy and gay. Oh, so happy. Oh, so happy. Oh, I'm like, they are just, I was like, thank you for being a more toxic fan base than in New York. Thank you for being a more toxic fan base than Philly. Thank you for being a worse fan base than Miami. Like, hey, yo. Bigger fraud than Lance Armstrong. Wow.
Lance Armstrong.
And you know what? I'm just happy it's not coming from the Jets fan. I'm happy, like that's more than anything because we said like oh it's a problem when it's cool when you do it. It's a problem when I say birds of a feather. It ain't flock together. Like I say it. Oh, I'm hating. This is them. This is them. This is how
What are
they
you
feel.
talking about?
This is how they feel about the glamour when you go through that. See how the true colors came out? They're for 20 years. They're like, man, you guys are hated. We've been telling that you couldn't win without cheating on that. We're hated. The moment they start losing, they say the same shit we were saying about
The
them.
same exact shit. Like, what are we talking about?
Enjoy Christoph Porzingis.
Like them,
You understand?
Like those bitch ass dunks that he was doing yesterday.
Oh my god!
I'm like, that bitch ass nigga has no problem. He should be getting up that high.
My uncle called me. My uncle's a Celtics fan. We're gonna get into these Broncos.
Broncos.
Thursday night football. My uncle called me when they got Christoph Porzingis.
What the fuck we didn't talk about the Broncos for?
And I started laughing at him.
Them niggas.
I laughed at him as he talked about, yo, we got Christoph Porzingis. You know, I'm like, you got one of the biggest iffy guys in the world, and I already know about him.
I'm talking pretty sassy.
So I said, you know what? I said, good, talking shit. Enjoy him for 56 games. I just hope it's the 56 games that matter.
Word, please.
And then
because we talking 56 out of.
And then when he got injured before the season even started, I called my uncle right back and just started laughing. Enjoy Christoph Porzingis. You disrespectful mother. But you know though, I realized though, as me and my uncle go back and forth, I realized the generation that he grew up in. I realized his teams. He's a Yankees, Cowboys, Celtics, Lakers fan. He's one of those. He grew up. He grew up in the era of you picked your team based off what team was constantly on national television. Like there was a group of people that did that. That's how the Raiders and the Cowboys got the. Mark talks about the Prohibition era, right?
The Prohibition era.
And how fandom was back then.
Yeah, really.
So
fucking Cowboy fans. Like what? He talks about what?
The Prohibition era. You know how fans were back in the
Prohibition era?
You know how fans were back in the Prohibition era. Like you picked your fan, like your
faggot ass shit.
What? That's a long been around.
The Prohibition era.
Yeah, back when alcohol was illegal.
Dog.
That's why you got SUs. You got to be able to defend yourself. Listen. Call Mark up too. Shit.
Despicable. Terrible.
So Kansas City's gonna obviously, right? We expect them to improve, right?
Of course. Kansas City. Like what?
They've only had one loss, right?
One.
And it wasn't to the New York Jets.
No.
They got robbed.
No.
Jets got robbed in that one. You watch that game. That's when they called the pass interference on
hell yeah.
On Patrick Mahomes' fourth interception thrown.
No, I thought you were talking about another team.
Oh. That's all, I should have had two losses, but okay. We took that momentum and we used that to beat Denver. I mean, everybody been beating Denver. You understand, like, Denver has allowed basically 100-yard rushing almost every game. They
playing Matador defense. I'll be telling you. They got towel, like, run right through.
Oh, shit.
Ole. Motherfuckers.
I'm pretty sure Taylor Swift is going to be at this game.
Oh, my God.
Yo, how did Travis Kelce turn from the cool white boy to me, myself, and Irene? Like he yo.
I see this nigga on every commercial.
Yo, he went from, that was before Taylor Swift though.
Word.
That was before Taylor Swift. You heard that Julius Randle's wife was like, yo, you know what I'm talking about already. I'm so glad he checked her. I almost said another word.
Yo, that Julius was about ready to get up and beat her ass.
He was like, yo, he was famous before her.
He was about to beat her ass.
He was like, because he tried to imply that Taylor Swift made Travis Kelce famous. And basically what I'm saying here, like, yo, no, he had commercials before her. Like and I was saying this backwards. She brought him up to 5th in jersey sales. I thought he was 5th in jersey sales before, and then she jumped him up 400%. She jumped him up 400% to 5th in jersey. He was like 43rd or some shit like that, I think. So that's ridiculous. But yeah, Julius Randle's wife tried to say that she made him famous, and he was like, "What? No." He's like, "No, he was already a Pro Bowl. He was already this." Like everybody kind of know. He's like, he was in Dancing with the Stars. He was in this, in cooking shows. Like, you understand? They were a household.
Julius was ready to beat her ass over it.
I'm telling you,
I could hear it in his voice. I'm like, "Oh,
have I not been telling you?"
I was like, "Yes."
Have I not been telling you for like
Check
the last,
your blood.
almost the last year or so now? I've been getting a different level of respect for Julius Randle. He found his inner Ike. He was like, I can't do this. A different time. But if this was 1936, she would have caught a swift one on social media. Talk that dumb shit, woman. Oh man. Isn't Travis Kelce injured this week?
I think he's about to play.
But he's questionable, right? I think he was questionable coming into this game.
I think he's still about to play. I guess that's how it's
He really all of a sudden got like he went from a fade to a high and tight. Like, if you're not necessarily, I went from slinging on the block to being a neighborhood snitch. Like, what the fuck?
What?
And now he's and now he's the number one. And now he's the spokesperson for the for the COVID vaccination. Like, yo, he's a government agent for real.
Oh my god.
I said, I don't make this shit up. I just draw dots on. I just draw lines between the dots, okay? Let the picture develop itself. Man. Speaking of something that's gonna develop, let's give this a proper. Dig up. Kobe Bryant statue.
Damn, they got that right.
They are going to release the Kobe Bryant statue on February 8th, 2024.
The day after my. Yes. The day after my birthday.
That's why I had to get.
That'll be a birthday gift.
That's why I had to get 8 of them motherfuckers.
That'll be a birthday gift to myself. Damn it. That'd be a birthday gift to myself.
If you're still smoking, go ahead.
I still gotta work tomorrow.
I'm not saying you know it's still there.
And dry. Like, whoa.
Hold on, listen. I'm a
whoa.
50-36. I really hope home cooking really is a thing for them. I really hope that. Oh my god, I want to go to Brooklyn just to go to this game and just to help with that home crowd. Speaking of home crowds, what is going like we talked about Jimmy Butler recently, right? I hate to talk about them. Miami Dolphins. The Miami Dolphins. What they've been. No, let's bring them in here properly.
Caught on camera in Florida.
Florida man decided to bring an alligator with him while making a beer run. Cocaine.
Still my life. I smoke weed and cocaine. That was somebody on stand while testifying. Yes. That was somebody in court while testifying. What Miami Dolphins is doing is notable. Is impressive.
You gotta notice it. 70 points on one team. You know, get your ass kicked the next week though. But then come back and another 30 on somebody's head. Like, hey.
More importantly though, they're keeping their quarterback upright. So
yes. And they're taking that shit like yo, like you don't touch this nigga. Like,
listen, you started like when they got Tyreek Hill, right? We all knew what the cheetah was. But then when they started slowly building that team through the draft, right, and then getting is it Eric Waddle? Oh. Right, you getting Jalen Waddle, right? And then you started, and even after Jalen Waddle, you started seeing them added a bunch of other speed demons. And I remember thinking about the one question mark that this team has with my quarterback gangbang, right? And when I thought about his thug, when I thought about his thug affiliation, I was thinking like, well, if I have nothing but speed demons, right, on my team, and I already have one of the fastest releases, and I get quicker on it. Now or my release now even gets a chance to become even quicker because now I got a bunch of 4-2 guys, 4-3 guys, 4-1 guys. You know what I mean? I got a guys that they can get to their routes easy, quickly. When anything breaks down, they can hurry up and break coverage, and then I always have the cheetah. So if he's doing his Brady person, you're like, listen, 1.9 seconds, this ball is out. 2.3 seconds, this ball is out. Instead of 5.6 seconds, like
Justin Fields,
Chirac, murder capital for real. They even kill quarterbacks.
or New York.
That's what I was talking about the first time, but you brought up Chirac. And you know,
both of them, murder.
So
shout out to Daniel Jones and Justin Fields.
Ain't gonna make it. But you know what though? I am slowly starting to realize that a lot of players, even quarterbacks, maybe a whole lot better than we give them. These coaches suck. Oh. Because how often were the Giants only hiring people that was part of their organization? Not looking for the best guy, but the person that knew how their organization ran. Because they wanted to keep, because they didn't want any in-house secrets, right? They want. So, that because the New York Giants' problem today was their problem during Eli Manning's tenure.
Offensive line.
They put together a formula that retired Andrew Luck. And that's by having a horrible offensive line.
Makes no sense. Do these motherfuckers not learn?
So what tells me is that somehow, some way, cannot found a way to bring in somebody that can develop or scheme for a proper offensive line. Like, I don't get it. But you know what? The same thing with the New York Jets and quarterbacks. Like, all of these guys that are in or out, right? Like, okay, not even New York Jets. Let's take it broader. As I'm thinking about,
we can go down the goddamn.
No. But I forgot. No, there's a team I'm actually thinking about, and I'm thinking about the New York Giants. How they're supposed to be a great coaching, right? They help coach up Josh Allen, this and that, right? And then I realized that there's always this formula, and we know this formula, right? Coach and general manager comes onto a team.
Yes.
If a quarterback is already there, they are able to get rid of that quarterback because they're able to say that this isn't my guy.
Yes.
Go draft another guy.
Yes.
And then that guy, 8 times out of 10, ends up being a failure as well. And then now we end up getting rid of that coach again. And then now another guy comes in and try. So I think I came to this conclusion today. I think I was thinking about this recently. That these coaches are bad, and the coaches aren't being held accountable enough because if Geno Smith can leave New York, I think this actually was recently because I was thinking about the Pete Carroll thing. This will help me put Pete Carroll in my top 3. If Geno Smith can leave New York, and I'm not saying Rex was a bad coach, but Rex had no clue how to develop a quarterback. And didn't bring anybody in to develop a quarterback. He developed the fuck out of that defense. But on that offense and for the quarterback, no. So when I'm realizing that if the quarterback isn't an automatic game breaker quarterback that anybody can basically coach up Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Cincinnati,
Burrow.
Burrow, Jalen Hurts, even to a sense, right? Unless you get the home run quarterback, all of it is only when they get the home run quarterback that all of a sudden that person's their god. If not, it's the coach. Oh, I gotta find somebody to fit the sit. How come you can't coach them up? Andy Reid coached up everybody.
Every goddamn body.
We've seen Pete Carroll so far coach up everybody. Mike Tomlin's coached up everybody. So, too often now, these coaches are getting away with saying, oh, and general managers, oh, that wasn't my guy. But you didn't develop them. Because how did these guys go? How does a Ryan Tannehill leave and become at least an okay quarterback? How does Jimmy Garoppolo leave and become a good quarterback? How does Tom Brady leave and then New England is trash? Because even I am beginning to believe that scale is tipped a little bit more towards Tom Brady being mediocre and working himself to greatness than Bill Belichick. But also
you have no choice.
But I can understand. But at that time, it was the perfect storm. Well, actually, let's see. Let's. I don't want. Let me not be lazy. I don't want to be lazy with this.
I was going to the bathroom, so if you plan on doing an alley oop right now, don't do that
right now. Oh man, I don't even know where to stay at. Where to go to? You know what I'm gonna do? You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna give you guys something that I know you've been waiting for all day. I know you guys have been wanting this. I know you guys have been asking for this. I've seen the comments coming in. I know you guys have been asking, yo, what's the Blue Chew promo code? And I've been like, you know what? I'm gonna get you guys that Blue Chew promo code. And now some of you guys are like, what's the Blue Chew promo code? What's Blue Chew? You guys don't know what Blue Chew is by now? I got you. Blue Chew. It's very simple. Blue Chew does have a blue pill to get you back your throat. All you have to do is open up a pack and head straight to the sack. Just a few chews before you do. It has the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis, so this is one opportunity that you just can't miss. For a very low cost, you can beat it up like a boss, and she will love you like a champ when you Blue Chew in advance. And if you use my promo code of GSSS, you know what that sound is. Right? You can get your first order of Blue Chew for free. Yes, go to the website www.bluechew.com/GSS or whenever they actually put the promo code in, and that's it. Or I see that QR code if you're watching. You see it? Whether you're watching on YouTube, you're watching on Facebook, you're watching on Twitter or X, or you're watching with your ex, or you're watching on Twitch. I know you see it. Go ahead and click on that little QR code. Bam. Blue Chew. First order. Blue Chew. There's really only two instructions when it comes. You chew it, up to you. Right? Whether you like missionary, you like doggy style, you like froggy style. Shout out to Baby Boy. See, these little motherfuckers like you every time. And I try to. Right? Jackhammer style. Cowgirl, cowboy, reverse, whatever your style is. Blue Chew is for you. Blue Chew. Chew it, and you do it. All night long, all night, yeah. All night long, all night, yeah. Cause everyone you meet is fucking in the streets all night long, all night, yeah. Oh, man. Let's get back into it. Let's get back into the sports. Okay, you know what? Not so bad. For the most part, it's been about an 18, 20-point lead. The New York Liberty has managed to bring this down to an 8-point lead. This is now 52-44 at the half. Vegas is still up. This is the meeting of the two juggernauts. Number 1 seed Las Vegas Aces versus the number 2 seed. And as much as I love my New York team, when the season started, for the moment they got Candace Parker, for the moment they put this all together, I said to myself, yo, this is the championship team right here. This is later on, Brianna Stewart would come to the New York Liberty, and I was like, man, this is a big chunk of hope. Like this is one big bowl of hope, and this is edible too. It's tangible. You can see it. You can feel it. You can taste it. You know what I mean? You use we're talking like Uchi Wally Wally. And we're right here. We right here. When you can see it. Championship is in sight. All you have to do is get through the juggernaut, the super team, the Las Vegas Aces, and believe it or not, this is one of those leagues that tends to have a little bit more super teams than most because they don't have enough teams. Right? Too often you catch way too many players that are good that don't quite make it to the league because they're just on enough roster spaces. So a lot of teams in the WNBA look like mini all-star teams. It's Las Vegas Aces though, nah, they're a full-blown juggernaut. Like you gonna have to rip off their helmet and try to get into their head if you're trying to stop them. But they can be stopped. New York Liberty has beat them multiple times this season. Right now, you just got to see if they can get that W when it matters. It's a 7-game series. Home court matters in the WNBA. And Vegas may have one of the best home courts in the league. I'm hoping for a second half comeback. We're going to keep you guys in tune. We're going to keep you guys tuned in. Oh, man. What were we getting into? Okay, when you last was here, we were talking Thursday night football, Denver Broncos and the Kansas City Chiefs. Oh yeah, we still in the fade. I know you see the eyes. This is a real thing. Like this is a real. Oh shit! Chill Will is here. Chill Will is finally here. Let's go ahead and get Chill Will in the building.
You drop takes, don't you? You drop takes, don't you?
Sir, yes, sir.
Well, if you're gonna drop takes, you might as well go ahead and drop them expeditiously.
Cleveland, this is for you.
I still can't. I can't believe I said expeditiously. To the expeditiously. Whatever. Where's Chill Will at? I see you here, Chill Will. Got Chill Will on the line? Chill Will. We called Chill Will earlier. I realized that when we tell Chill Will like 9:07, that we have to let him know that we actually mean 9:07 Eastern Standard Time, which is like 8:07 Central Time. Because I just realized that Chill Will popped up at 9 o'clock, but it's 9 o'clock Central Time. So it's 10 o'clock our time. So we've been in here faded for an hour and a half already. Going in deep into the wild world of sports. I'm over here getting my getting my Jey Uso and Cody on right now. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. And if you know, and you also know, big free agent signing. Big free agent signing in the wrestling world. You have, damn it, what's her first name? Shit. Well, you have Edge, right? Edge is now going over to AEW. And Jade, is it Jade Cargill? Yeah, I think it's Jade. Yeah, and Jade Cargill, she's going over to WWE.
Okay, got it down to 8. All right.
Newest WWE superstar.
Okay.
You see that? You see this? You see that? Newest WWE superstar. That phenomenal piece of chocolate goddess wrestling elegance. Look at that. stool? Let's see if they show that image again. So there's been some big free agent moves in the in the wrestling world. WWE, he goes over to AEW. Now, your son is watching. He's laughing at us. That's what's up. Wait a minute. He's watching? Okay. Well, actually, no, I'm about to say like this really isn't, but it's something he hasn't seen or heard. Hey, but how you doing? How's the food taste?
Don't worry about that.
Well, I'm asking. I cooked it.
Oh no, it's great.
Oh, want to know how it is?
It's great.
That's what's up. Listen, why are you? Wait, hold on. Why are you up so late? It's like 10:00. And also, how's school going? How are you enjoying your first month back at school? Month? 2 months now, isn't it? Damn, it's been that long already? Sheesh. It's okay. Right now, we was just talking about wrestling and Kate Gargrill joining WWE and also Edge going to AEW. Now, I haven't done full research yet, right? Because I didn't think there was going to be any controversy around it. But after I heard about Edge going to AEW, I heard somebody say that WWE should pull Edge from the WWE Hall of Fame. Now, I don't know if that's because he went to AEW or if he left because he did something controversial again, like Jeff Hardy. Because you know Jeff Hardy every other day he's getting a DUI, and that's the reason why WWE had to let him go, because they don't want to associate themselves with somebody that constantly has DUIs, or constantly has a drug problem, or constantly has issues that put them in the news in a negative light. Treat your organization like the NFL or like other regular sports league. People understand. AEW is the one like, we don't give a fuck how many DUIs you got. Come over here. You got the name? Like, fuck it, we'll take you. You can still wrestle. We don't care if you wrestle drunk. Like you can crash the car into the building and do your match. We don't give a fuck. All right, you have a good night. My sis was watching. So was my nephew. All right.
Go to bed, nephew. What the hell?
For real, you shouldn't be on this late.
Come on, man.
Like this is you do like up for the late show. Like this is the sports equivalent of the late show.
Come on now.
You know what? I just got a new name. I just got a new thing. This is the sports equivalent of the late show.
Basically.
Like, who else is going on at 8 p.m. at night? Who else is on their show all liquored up, and you know what I mean? Like, you talking about drink champs. We want like the sports champs over here.
Word.
You understand? Like we was over here drinking on the podcast before Drink Champs. We was over here pausing on the podcast before what's their show called? I at least want to give them their respect.
Cam, it is what it is.
It is what it is. Cam and Mace. You understand? Before them, before all the smoke, we was doing it here first on the Mighty Sports Podcast. 9 years and running. Running.
That's a fact.
I'm telling you, home cooking all day. Listen, it ain't black eyed peas, but we got that curry. We got that curry chicken and rice.
Fact.
I'm telling you, man, I should not be watching URL before the... Y'all gonna catch all these later. I'm telling you, boy. Like, this is right up there with like an 85 South show or going to watch Matt Rife.
Come on, man.
Like so this is sports comedy. Listen, man, whatever, man. Shannon Sharp ain't got shit on us. I skip. No, say it again, Skip. I don't know why I keep calling you Skip, Steven. Like I don't know why that man's name keep coming out my mouth. Skip. I think that. See, I'm not an impersonist, right? Impressionist. But you have to figure that if you got to do an impersonation of Shannon Sharp, like these days, if you're learning, you kind of have to start by like learning how we hear Chill now, by learning how he says Skip's name and finding out that voice inflection and then kind of running with it. Then put that southern drawl in there, and next thing you know, you Skip. It's like kind of it's Skip with a little bit of bubble gum. Skip. Listen, we doing that man like that, Skip. But we got Chill in the building. Let's run his intro again. I heard you this time, Chill Will.
Drop takes, don't you? Drop takes, don't you?
Sir, yes, sir.
Well, if you're going to drop takes, you might as well go ahead and drop them exhibitiously.
Cleveland! This is for you!
How you gonna miss your marker twice? Okay. I thought you was talking to wireless. I was like, let me bring you in. So this week is like I feel like this is one of those weird week in sports because while there's not a lot going on, there's enough going on. We talked about it's funny. We was just talking about how AEW doesn't care if you have a DUI or if you're a woman beater or if you got a drug problem, they'll take you into the league or into their organization. Well, WWE kind of cuts their ties. I kind of thought the NBA was like that. I kind of thought the NBA was the kind of organization where for certain levels of egregious behavior, they'd just be like, you know what? We don't need this kind of smoke. Yet we caught the NBA recently slipping on a decision. At least I believe that they slipped on the decision to give Mikal Bridges a second chance. Miles Bridges, my bad, not Mikal. Miles Bridges a second chance. Miles Bridges, as you must know, the power forward from Charlotte. Sometime last year, he got caught up on an assault case with a woman, and now as we speak, there's another warrant out on his arrest. I think this one is because he ended up missing his court date or whatever. But you understand, this is also somebody that said, "Listen, it doesn't matter to me. It wouldn't have mattered to him if the NBA wouldn't have let him back in. He would just went to rapping." And I've heard his bars. He may need to be a ghostwriter. I'm just saying. So there's a warrant on his arrest. I forgot the NFL player, but it's a former NFL player. You have to look up his name. He was also recently taken into custody as well on allegations for the murder of his mother. So there's some wild shit going on out here. But there's some real villains out here. There's some real life villains out here. Like we even got Villain Brooks at it again. I'm sorry, Dylan Brooks, whatever you want to call him. Was that dirty? Was that dirty or was that reputation? Reputation?
Both. At the end of the day,
like he made contact.
You go in that area. He's like, yo, you wild.
So it could have been incidental, but his reputation draws him the freight, and it draws him the ejection.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Did you see what happened in the great state of Utah and their college football team? We are in a beautiful era of college sports.
Okay.
And the reason why I call it a beautiful time of college sports is because of the fact that NIL like players can get paid. You don't longer have to worry about none of this bullshit anymore, right? I don't know how good Utah is. You guys are more college football savvy than I am. How good is the Utah football team?
Their defense is solid. Their quarterback is hurt. He's got to come back. But other than that,
are they good enough that every player deserves a brand new truck?
No.
Worth $65,000? Well, the boosters of that Utah area gifted every single football player on that team a brand new truck waging over $60,000.
Shout out to the new recruits.
Booster money. NIL. Wild Wild West. There's no rules. Like you want to get bacon on your cheeseburger, you could put bacon on your cheeseburger. We don't care anymore. You want to put butter on your bagel, you can now get butter on your bagel. You want to gift them a whole new Dodge Durango, a brand new Ford truck. Like, have you ever beat your meat while doing donuts in an open lot while screaming, money ain't a thing? Well, that's what it feels to drive a Ford F-150. And now every single player on the Utah team knows what that feels like. Ford tough. Oh, man. Chill Will, since you're here, half here kind of, sort of, right? Before we lose KJ, right, we have the world premiere of KJ's official introduction. Love to see it segment of the week. Give me that shit.
With the storm taking over the US,
A little more aggressive with a feature that is just coming off of Africa and eventually moving into this region.
Just up the road from Town by the Pusquingus to go get it from Drobos and to sit there, go.
Very warm. Surprise is starting to heat up as well at 1,300 degrees. I'm not authorized to evacuate. I think steel boils at about this temperature. So, Cave Creek, there's probably nothing left up there. I'm not your dad, but I would get out.
Don't make unnecessary journeys. Don't take risks on treacherous roads. And don't swim in the sea. Incredibly, people have been thrown in the water.
The world is empty.
So don't even bother looting up there. It's not going to be worth it.
Love to see it. Love to see it.
Don't even bother looting up there. Scorched earth. That's the new KJ intro.
And we love to see it. Don't be a hater. 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 That's an ugly trait, man. That's an ugly trait. That's an ugly trait. That's an ugly trait, man. Don't be a hater.
Yeah.
Be a hater.
I want 5 minutes.
Don't worry. Don't worry. I thought it was a little bit long first time I heard it, but it was phenomenal. Don't be a hater. Don't be a hater, man. I'm proud of it. I'm proud of it. I'm proud of it, man. Wow.
We dapped it up. That's we toasted to it. We toasted on it.
Don't worry. I definitely jabbed him back about him calling me and cussing me out for about 30, 40 minutes one particular day about me not being here. I've been handling business, brother. I've been handling business.
He has been.
Trust me, when we have another phone call later, you'd be proud.
So,
black excellence around here, brother.
Conor McGregor may be making a return to the UFC. Now, if he returns, no,
exactly, Chill Will, exactly.
It is no. This is not about Conor McGregor though. Listen, it's October. Everything's on. Listen, we got to start the NHL season. Wrestling got free agency moves going on. They
Chill Will was so disrespected.
They traded Cade Grill for Edge. Edge got traded. I know you know who Edge is. Edge got traded.
Oh shit!
For one of these young black up and coming superstars. WWE. Whoa, not the World Wildlife Foundation. No. We don't fuck with animals over here. No furry shit. Was he? Yeah, he was around for WWF era. He actually was. Yeah, but he went over to AEW. I remember NWA and AWA. So, Conor McGregor may be coming back to UFC. Now, part of this, right, that comes in stories that if he comes back, there's supposed to be like a 6-month suspension he's supposed to be serving for
good
for
luck.
substance, right? For
Good
substance.
luck.
Now, remember I mentioned something earlier.
They can't hide a straw like that for 6 months.
No.
Come back all of a sudden when he's only been
Well,
MIA.
the USDA, which is the United States anti-doping agency, right? USADA.
Right.
They no longer are gonna be part of the UFC. So that's no longer going to be a thing. I don't know if they no longer test them for steroids, or if the USADA is no longer going to be part of the standards of what the UFC fighters have to be held by. And if that's the case, then if they're done with the UFC in January, if he comes back, he don't have to worry about that 6 months. But it's not so much about him coming back. It's about them no longer possibly testing for doping in UFC. Like, if you want to be a roid head, go ahead and be a roid head as long as you can knock a nigga out. Which I guess helps them promote John Jones again, and you no longer have to worry about him and all of his
drugs
and all of the steroids he was taking all those years to help him muscle through fights. All those times you're like, oh my God, he has a strong chin. No, he was just roided out.
Cheating. Speaking of cheating, gotta go home, B.
No doubt. Understood. Primpin,
Early morning.
I appreciate you.
No. Friday, right?
Friday, yes. We'll be back on Friday. Listen, that's just some of the tea. That's just some of the tea that's been happening around the league this week. I really wonder what that's gonna mean for UFC, or what that means for UFC. That's what I have to do more research on this. I have to find out some more information, because, like I said, this basically just popped as a story today because of the fact Conor McGregor is thinking about coming back. So if the USADA is no longer being affiliated with the UFC. Now, like I said, we already know that means that Conor McGregor can come back. But that just means that it's open market on steroids now. And then how you gonna feel if all of UFC just becomes one big roid fight? I don't know if that's something I want to watch. Like, I've already started slowly losing interest in UFC these days anyway. I no longer watch every single thing. Basically, like I've been a pay-per-viewer. I ain't gonna lie, I've been a strictly pay-per-viewer. I'm no longer watching Tough Enough and the Hitman and the Wanted House and all that. Nah. Pay-per-view event. And there better be at least 3 names on there that I recognize so to really catch my interest. Kind of like what I do with boxing now. UFC's kind of moved into that boxing space. You better be doing something phenomenal for me to have to watch. Can I tell you, I am so happy that the NBA is back. I'm ecstatic. I've been gleeful even. Right? Like I'm dead ass on this. Like I've been real gleeful on this. Like when I think about the fact that basketball is back, like my inside smile. Like literally, like I start getting like, oh my God, I can't believe it's finally back. Like football's here, it's cool. Like football Sunday does give a different kind of energy. You know, it brings out that Tim Two-Man Taylor kind of energy. You know what I mean? But for basketball, like it fills the void. Like you know, when basketball is here, it's finally like my cup is full. Like the cup finally runneth over. Like football, this kind of gives me a taste. Basketball, oh yeah, that's that never ending waterfall for at least the next 9 months. And I take the summer off as I'm depressed that I don't have any basketball. But I'm so busy partying and doing family stuff that I need that break. That's why we ain't see each other. That's why we ain't see each other over the summer. Days were too hectic. When we come back Friday, we're gonna do our picks on Friday. So anybody looking forward to the picks? Yeah, the picks are coming back on Friday. That's big. We haven't done picks in weeks. We haven't done picks. I feel like in 3 weeks. So we're gonna get our picks in on Friday. I'm gonna speak for. I have to speak for Chill Will. I can let Chill Will. I can let Chill Will grab the mic and talk about how he feels about this game. But we got Denver Broncos and Kansas City coming up on Thursday. Chill Will. How do you feel about that game? And actually, no. Hold on a second, Chill Will. I'm gonna lose you in just about a minute. We're gonna open up the new feed for you guys. I just saw that. So this feed is gonna end in 1 minute. We're gonna get that new one open in just a second for everybody that's listening through Podbean. Everybody else, just run your sets normal. Nothing else, and nothing's gonna happen to you guys. This is just for the call-in line. The call-in line has to be reset. I know it has to be reset. What kind of every 2 hours has to be reset. It's just one of those things. Right? That's the reason why we have that Podbean calling line. But we have multiple lines for you guys. So anybody listening on Podbean, we just got to come back in on the new feed. It'll be open now live again. Phone lines are back up. You guys can call in again. We'll get Chill Will back in here in just a second. We'll get into Denver Broncos and the Kansas City Chiefs. I want to get his take on all of this. Actually, I want to know how he feels about the USADA pulling themselves out of the UFC. Want to know how he feels about the Utah football team getting a whole bunch of trucks as a present from the. My game is paused. As a present from the boosters. I want to know how he feels about Team USA, Carnelo, all of it. We missed Chill Will on everything today. Oh, the lead has increased from 8 to 21. Score is 73-52. 2.5 minutes left to go in the third. Liberty is getting their ass whooped. And I think it's not like I've never seen it before. But Sabrina Ionescu's biggest flaw is her defense. You can see it. Okay, well, not just her defense. One, you can get physical with her. That's probably the first one. Is that you can get physical with her on not just on offense, right? When she has the ball, but also when she's playing defense on you as well. You can get physical with her and completely throw her out of her game. But also when she's on defense, you can take advantage of her because she lacks that physicality. Because it's the curse of a lot of great offensive players, right? You trade in your poor defense for having great offense, and that's how you balance yourself out, right? I can stay on the court, and my defense can be covered up for because my offense is so prolific. But if your offense ain't hitting, then your defensive struggles become glaring black holes. And I think that's what I've been seeing from Sabrina, not only during these matchups during Vegas, right? But also in their first playoff series as she launches a 3-pointer that goes in quickly too. Without hesitation. Like she shoots the ball so fast you think she's scared of her opponent. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. That person you've played against people that look like they was just scared to be on the court and they cut the ball and was just that's how she shot that ball. But they can't stop anybody. Look at Plum. Crossover between the legs. Showed it. Plum's so sexy too. Let me stop. But she is. Listen, Plum is nasty. She led the Aces in scoring in the last game with 26. What's her name also had 26 too? Jackie Young. but she led them in. She led them in scoring, and she's one of those tough sons of, you know what I mean. So at times she's very much not also the best scorer on her team, but also the emotional leader as well. You should have dunked that. Let me stop. Can we get Chillwell back? Yo, Chillwell never finds his way back. Yo, for somebody that grew up in this podbean space with me, Chillwell never finds a way to navigate himself back. And I want to find a way to navigate myself forward. So since we're watching basketball, let's continue with some basketball. Kawhi Leonard found himself offended recently, right? And I don't know if you guys heard about this, that the NBA put out a whole bunch of new rules when it comes to load management, and they put in rules to say that, hey, no, I'm not on back to backs. If you have a player that's trying to rest, let's just try to not have them rest on the one away game that they may be going to play. Let's say you're going to play East versus West, all right? If you don't play at least 65 games, then you're not going to qualify for any awards or any team, any personal awards or any team awards. So no NBA first team, no defensive first teams, none of that. No rookie teams, none of it. MVP, defensive player of the year, sixth man of the year, none of it. Got to play 65 games. And but I think it really helped as well. I still think 65 is still kind of low. I'll be honest with you. I think 65 is still kind of low. I believe it should be 70. It should be 70. You shouldn't be allowed to miss more than a dozen games. But what it ultimately does is that it helps set some standards, and it helps eliminate the thought process of guys that may come back for half a season. They play 44 games, maybe 50 games, but in those 50 games they ball out and they establish themselves and their numbers up, and they produce as much as at the top, amongst the top of the other stars, right? The other producers in the league. And it used to give the voters angst, right? Or cause to pause to really think and consider, like, yo, I know he ain't played all season, or I know he ain't played this, but for them 50 games, you put his numbers up there with anybody else. But it's like, but at the end of the day, think like, yo, he had 32 games off. Like, how would everybody else look if they were able to rest for 32 games? Then we bring in load management. So I like the rule. Obviously, guys like Kawhi Leonard automatically become defensive. And I also found that weird that he got asked a question about the load management rules, and he immediately became defensive. That no rule is gonna help him play more games, right? But not only that, come out and saying that, well, if they're talking about load management, and that that's not really the case when it came to Toronto. He was injured, and so if you want to say load management helped him win a championship because he was coming off an injury. He needed to, and people understand coming off an injury, but it's injury every year. It's load management every year. It's I've never been right every year. And listen, that could be the case. Some people never get right. I've never been right since my surgery. Right? Simple knee surgery, simple arthroscopic shit, never been right. So some people can never get right. But also what ends up happening, we've convinced ourselves to try to keep that person into the league longer. When that person is used to get out the league, like, yo, you can't play. I'm sorry. Like yo, you're nice when you play, but you're not giving us what we want. And what we want is somebody that plays 70 plus games a year. For 15 years, for 20 years. You're giving us 50 a year. Anybody could give you 50 a year. You understand what LeBron James would look like if he only could play 50 games a year? Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson. Kevin Durant, Michael Jordan, Penny Hardaway, Grant Hill, Joel Embiid. We can go through history. Brandon Roy. If these guys were allowed to just say, "Hey, you know what? We get it. Just play 50 games a year. We'll pay you like you're one of the top players in the league that gives us 82 games a year and can take you to a conference championship every year. We'll pay you like that, but only require you to play 50 games a year." That's the madness that we're going through right now in the NBA. Or that's the mediocrity we're trying to hold on to. As nice as Kawhi Leonard is, he's become mediocre. But for as nice as some of these guys are, they become mediocre. What used to happen, these guys were just out of the league. You didn't find a way to keep holding on to guys that can't cut it. Because part of the NBA, part of sports, part of the NFL is being able to last the marathon. Everybody wishes they could just be implanted into the championship tournament. And that's all you did. But no. Part of earning your way into the championship tournament is the rigor or Ritter, if you're Kevin Garnett, right? of the, of the regular season. And that's where you cut your teeth at. That's where the iron sharpens iron. That's where you find out where the weak links are at. So Kawhi Leonard, I saw him get super offended. We got your will back. Woohoo! Finally. So we find. Yeah, I didn't see you earlier. Yeah, yeah. KJ left. We already spoke about KJ. You already spoke about that. Like I'm basically going with everything else to see how you feel about it and your opinion on it. Actually one of the things that we said earlier. Because what? Yeah, yeah. Because if I'm not mistaken, wasn't Denver just supposed to be a quarterback away? They had the defense, they had the skill position players in wide receiver, quarterback, offensive line, things like that. Deep. All they needed was the quarterback. They get the quarterback last year. They stink. Then all they needed was the right head coach. They get the head coach this year. They stink even worse. That is karma though. Sean Payton should have never opened his mouth. Worst coaching job that he's ever seen, and so far he's starting off with a worse coaching job than the worst coaching job he's ever seen. I was telling him, I told KJ, it's like right now, that whole entire field look like it's built off of kryptonite, and Mr. Unlimited is looking real freaking limited right now, right? Like he's looking like he's in his lowest lane, and his head coach is in a lane lower than him. Yeah. He beat you with Kirk Cousins' younger pretty boy cousin. You know, you know how we call all of them Kirk Cousins cousins. That's Kirk Cousins' younger pretty boy cousin. And Russell Wilson looked like he's getting ready to join the Kirk Cousins family, while Geno Smith is looking like he's about to change his last name. Like I'm not part of the cousin family anymore. Nah, they're black. The black Kirk Cousins is in Dallas. Jameis Winston, that's my dude. Yo, Tyrod Taylor can't catch a. You speaking of like Tyrod Taylor can't catch a break. Tyrod Taylor got injured again. I feel like Tyrod Taylor, um, his 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 professional career life got extended when his lung got punctured. Because I think, but also when you bring in Colt McCoy, that is the kind of the right category. He's built himself into that backup quarterback that everybody will kind of go out like a Jacoby Brissett. He's a professional backup quarterback at this point in time. Unless I guess I don't know. Maybe that's the easy way to put it. They're professional backups. Like, even when they start and they do good, it's basically like, hey, who are we getting next year to replace them? It's kind of like your boy, you talking about Baker Mayfield? Oh, 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 you talking about Jacoby Brissett? Oh, yeah, like yes, yeah. Jacoby Brissett name pops up. I feel like he's one of those names that kind of pop up almost every backup quarterback talk. But I guess it's not a bad. Yeah, listen, I don't listen. It's not a bad place to be in. If you ever seen Blue Mountain State, being the backup quarterback, especially if you're the number one backup quarterback in the NFL, like that basically keeps you a job. Like, like, like you're open. Yeah, he was. Mhm, mhm, mhm. I want to say Ryan Fitzpatrick, but Ryan Fitzpatrick was like was the step right was the level right above it. Like he would start. Like, he was a starter, but he's okay. Those guys are professional backup. He was the professional bridge quarterback. Yeah, the professional bridge quarterback. Like you're good enough to start. You're not our backup, but you're here just so we could usher in the new one. The professional backup quarterbacks, they get promoted to that position only when the starting quarterback goes down. The Liberty are getting their ass whooped. It's now 90-58. It's the WNBA finals. I have to. Well, I would be irresponsible if I did not. What? 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 We've been talking college for weeks. We've talked Dion for weeks. HB Colorado U. We talk about HB Colorado U every week. Yo, box. Wait, can she hear me? Shit. Okay. Like, wait, who said that? Where did that come from? Listen, man, we talk college, but right? Listen, we talk college when college is popping right now. And we just talked college, Utah football team. That whole entire see, that's another actually about that Utah football team. Their whole entire squad was gifted trucks, $60,000 trucks for every player on the football team, gifted to them from the boosters. Yeah, it just would have been given to like a third cousin, like on their mama's side, right? That their mother only drives. No, I said I love it. I'm going to. Yeah, I love it too. I love the era that we're in, that they can go ahead and get every single piece of finger licking chicken that they can get. Cheese on your bagel, you can get cream cheese on your bagel. Like you understand, you want to get a pepperoni in that pizza, get pepperoni in that pizza. You want to get a goddamn Dodge Durango, you can get a hey. I want to know because you have to figure, right? Because and this just came to me. College is really in a big part is a pissing contest, right? In a way, it's one giant pissing contest, especially amongst alumni. What's gonna what's gonna be the next school? I don't even care what's gonna be the next school so much, right? But now I'm curious. Who's gonna get what school is gonna be the next one to get the gift, and what's gonna be that gift, and how big are these gifts gonna start coming now? Are we gonna go from Ford F-250s, right? Where everybody's over here. Have you ever beat your meat while doing donuts in a in a Dunkin' Donut driveway while singing "Money Ain't a Thing"? Well, that's what it's like to drive a Ford truck. Ford tough, right? You know what I'm saying, right? Like we're gonna go from that to all of a sudden now everybody starts getting Lexuses, and the next thing you know, the next group all gets Mercedes, the next group gets all Audis, then they get Benz, and we get a Rolls Royce. No, I'm not. I'm just saying, like, are we gonna keep going up? Are we gonna keep up in the scale? Like, is the like this school got like that's what I'm saying. I'm curious. That's what I'm asking. Like, if this is the because I'm saying like because this is a big pissing contest when it comes to alumni, what's the next school and what's the next gift? And are these gifts going to start getting bigger and bigger? Are we going to go from next one school getting all Fords, and the next school gets a bunch of Acuras, and the next school gets a bunch of Lexuses, the next school gets a bunch of Benzes, next school gets a bunch of Mercedes. You know what I mean? Are they going to keep getting going up? And next thing you know, we're talking about all Alabama alumni getting Rolls Royces. Like how far are we going to go? And I'm excited to see it. Like I'm curious now. Like they have piqued my curiosity. True. Transfer. Forgot about that. Facts. Mm. Mm. So what you so in a roundabout way, you're kind of we gonna start seeing some wide open gifts. We about to start seeing some cars being like this. About to be the Price is Right. There's about to be a new car being given away every show. True, because the first time you gotta figure the first time Alabama, Clemson, Georgia, Notre Dame, Colorado, they lose a recruit to Utah just because of the truck. Then oh no, Oh, listen, if the boosters are giving away a truck, well, maybe I think in the long run, he may be right. Like right now, as the powers right now as the powers to be, while the powers to be still have some cold weather draw to them. I think in the longer run, probably like if this keep going like in 15 years, we may. I think you may be right. We see a shift to some of these better weather places. That well, I don't know. You're right. Like that's that. Like I definitely see that. No, no, no. I definitely can see the not just the need to start, right? Because if you can, like I said, nobody wants that. That's what's gonna help too. Like that's another factor is that you don't have to sit behind guys now. That's what happened. That's what's gonna help bleed out Alabama, and that's what's taken away from their program. You don't have to sit behind them and be the third quarterback behind. Like be the Mac Jones behind. Who was he sitting behind? Damn it! But I know he sat behind like two other quarterbacks. Oh, that's right, Tua and Jalen Hurts. Like you don't have to sit behind those two guys. You can go ahead and switch teams. Go find a team with decent exposure. That will at least allow you to start. Gonna give you an night like so. Let's say Utah. Let's just use Utah for example. You can go to Utah now. Right? They're giving away trucks. You're gonna start because you're a starter there. The local boosters are gonna help gonna help with that local NIL money. I'm pretty sure if they're giving away trucks, they're all buying it probably from one dealership. They all know the guy at that dealership. Now you have an NIL deal also with that dealership as well. Local radio station, other things like that. Yeah, listen, and then I full listen. I see it all. Like they're all. You know what really what it is. For once, these kids are gonna have full blown options, and that's what it is. Because I see them I see them choosing where they want to go to based off it all, based off hey, Where do I want to go to? Where do I want to go to based off of who's going to give me a good truck? Who has the best NIL money? Who's going to help me start? All that means is for once, the people that the money was being made off of have choices on what they're going to start doing with their young career. They're making young business choices because you know what? You may make the wrong choice in college, and it may be the wrong maneuver for you. Next thing you know, bam, you're like everybody else before NIL money. You may fumble the bag. You may pick the wrong choice and fumble the bag. But you know what? College, we're adults. This is the early stages of making adult choices, and these kind of choices you're gonna be making here are gonna be representative of the kind of choices you're gonna be presented with when choosing where you want to go to after your first contract in the NFL, and helping maneuver through your NFL life. Listen, we already see people like we take it to women's basketball. Um, what's her name? Damn, I'm forgetting her name. The champion from LSU, Reese Witherspoon. No, that's not right. Um, Reese Jones. Some other name is like she 100%. But one of the reasons that she stayed in college was because her NIL money. Even if she went number one in the WNBA, her NIL money was going to be more than her WNBA contract. So now instead of kids, but also that's also one of the first sites of something that we I think all of us are kind of happy to see. These kids no longer leaving college just to be like, yeah, I left because I needed to go into the league. Because now what we may start getting again is players staying in school for 2-3 years. I'm like basketball wise, like as I flip back and forth a little bit. Like when it comes to like the NBA, we may start seeing a steady decline in one and dones. Or the one and dones are going to be of different caliber talent. They're no longer like the top tier talent may decide to, hey, let me stay in college, live big man on campus life for another year or so before coming over. You know what I mean? Their teammates that's never as good as them for 4 years get to play alongside them and collect guap. Man, I swear to God, there's some things I really wish we could have seen it in motion. And these rules applied to the Jalen Rose Michigan teams. Man, I would have loved to have seen it. I would have loved to have seen it. You understand? Those guys would be billionaires right now. Every single last one of them. That's how influential they were. So let's get Chillwell's thought on something else real quick since we're talking basketball real quick. How you feel about LeBron James's, Stephen Curry's, Devin Booker's, Kevin Durant's after the USA embarrassment? And basically seeing Pat Routine for a while. Now saying like, hey, you know what? I think we're gonna join Team USA. I have an even better question. How did you feel about Jimmy Butler's hairdo? Like fuck that. That was too stiff of a question. How you felt about Jimmy Butler's hairstyle on media day? Omar. No, no, I ain't seen The Wire. It's one of those ones. Yeah, it's one of those ones. Oh, that's funny. You see, yeah, he's not homosexual. Yes, that's funny. Yeah, yeah, listen, I wasn't when the Wire was on. I think it's the same time that Oz was on, and I think I was watching Oz. Because a lot of the people from the Wire was on Oz, if I remember correct. Like Bricks and out of BC and a lot of them cats. You want some teats? Yeah, that's still my favorite. You want some teats? Oh man, yo, he wore that little scully on the little side of his head. Oh man, this is a wash. Okay, we got about a minute left to go. A little over a minute left to go. The current score is 102-76. Look like the Aces are going to take a 2-0 lead over the New York Liberty in this 7-game WNBA final series. Just sucks. Listen, man, the Aces are nice. And the Aces are nice. And even though I've said all year that they were the nicer team, it still hurts watching my team get waxed by them like this. It really does. It does. Like I don't. It leaves me kind of melancholy. I ain't gonna lie. This is not a good way to end the podcast, especially since like no, the New York Liberty. Stop it. Stop it right now. Stop it. But this is like it's not gonna get better for us either, right? If you're a fan of New York sports, right? The New York Jets take on the Philadelphia Eagles, so that's most likely going to be a loss right there. You have Buffalo taking on the New York Giants, so the Giants are probably going to end up losing that game as well. And if you're a Miami fan, you get an opportunity to continue the fiesta as you take on the lonely Carolina Panthers. I expect to see some kind of number from one person with a 2 in front of it. I'm expecting over 400 yards of offense easily. Easily. I may bet on it. I'm going to look at the numbers. 400 yards. Damn it. Did I just say I'm going to bet on the Miami Dolphins to do well? Oh, God. Oh, God. Okay, I got to get off this podcast. I'm not being able to stand myself. Um, Thank you, Chill Will. Ugh, I don't want to admit that yet. It just, while I know it, it's hard to hear and say. It could be. Listen, as long as he don't gangbang, they're cool. As long as he don't go back to his gangbanging ways, throwing up crip signs. Yeah, he remember when he got knocked out, he had rigor mortis, throwing up crip signs. I call it gangbanging. I just call it gangbanging. I try to make light of it. That's how I'm a Jalen Hurts guy, and I'm a Jets fan. It's just a double whammy. I'm a Jalen Hurts guy, and I'm a Jets fan. I liked him since college. I liked him over Tua in Alabama. He's not Kirk Cousins. He's not one of Kirk Cousins' cousins. He is not one of Kirk Cousins' cousins. Listen. listen, Lamar Jack. You know what? No, I can't. Lamar Jackson's receivers dropped so. Okay, I have. I don't know. I don't know. No, 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 no. Listen, listen to me. Listen. I'm curious about something. Does Lamar Jackson not throw a catchable ball? Like I'm curious because he has a lot of drops. He has a he has a lot of drops that are meaningful. That come in key moments. Like slip right through people's hands, bounce out of their hands, bounce off their chest. So I'm like, does he not throw a catchable ball? It's still I'm not really. Nah, it's not just fourth quarter. Like it's early on. Like there's something. I, there's I'm not taking up for. I'm trying to figure out. Does he not? Because his receivers drop a lot of balls. Or does he not throw a catchable ball? I'm talking about it's in the end zone. It's on sit down routes. Like it's all over the place. Like I'm seeing it. I know what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. Like it's not a real like see. I don't have. I gotta find them. Well, I give it like Flowers got 5 receptions. Andrews got 6. Aguilar had 4. Hill had 4. Beckham had 2. Bateman had 1. And I'm trying. I don't have their target. Odell Beckham with 2. And so okay. So yeah. So Zay Flowers targeted 11 times. No, 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 I'm not giving them. So Zay Flowers, five receptions, 11 targets. Mark Andrews, 6 receptions, 10 targets. Nelson Aguilar, 5. Odom Beckham, 2 for 4. Justice Hill, 4 for 4. Bateman, 1 for 3. And Duvernay, 1 target. 3 targets for Bateman and for Duvernay. So 4 altogether. And they caught 1 out of 4 for 8 yards. You're saying he's Tim Tebow? Well, he's basically he's a more athletic Tim Tebow. Trump killed us again. 23 points. Yeah, yeah. He's only thrown for three. He's only thrown for over 3,000 yards once, and that 3,127. But that was his second year in the league. You realize that was his second year in the league. That was the year that he had his best QBR, and he's never had a better year since. Nah, right now he's Ryan Fitzpatrick. Then right now he's in Ryan. What you saying that he's in Ryan Fitzpatrick? Like he's a professional backup star. He's a professional bridge quarterback. Listen, his number. Listen, they're not good for him. He needs some real. He needs some real receivers though. He does need some real receivers though. Odell Beckham. Odell Beckham is a scrub at this point in time. Well, his interceptions a lot. He usually doesn't have a lot of interceptions in a year. He's only had one double-digit interception years in his whole career. Is this my starting quarterback? I need a new quarterback. Man, listen, like I said, I wasn't coming in here to defend him or anything. I was really curious because I was watching the games, I've seen all the drop passes, and it makes me wonder, does he not, like I said, my first thought is, I told you what my first thought was, does he not throw a catchable ball? But you explained to me a little bit more in depth is that, you know what, players are just not in rhythm. And not only are they not in rhythm, it's also the pressure of thinking like, damn, I only get like 3 targets a game, so I got to be perfect, right? And here comes one of them on a broken play out of nowhere, that I wasn't expecting. He was supposed to beat me on this route. So like I said, I get it. I do get it. Like I said, I had real curiosity because I'm puzzled. I'm starting to get puzzled, but by what I am watching when it comes to Lamar Jackson, and this may also, and, yeah, and also, and like I said, it also could be also because he's also probably getting the most scrutiny from me because he's on my fantasy team this year. So this year I'm probably like super looking at him. I'm like what the fuck is wrong with him? Like this isn't the guy that I think I've been watching the last couple of years, but it, I'm looking at the numbers, and it sure as hell has been. He's only like while his first 3 years in the league, he played 15 games every season. The last years, he's only played 12. I need to have a hell of a backup quarterback. He's about to miss 5 games for me this season. And as Baltimore fans have gotten, listen, I can understand why, which is why I can understand why he would go after. It's understandable. The Charlotte Hornets have. Listen, it's starting to become apparent, and listen, I don't Baltimore's quarterback after his contract like a lot, and they may end up being that playoff like hamster wheel. Yeah, they're not winning a championship with Lamar Jackson at this pace. It doesn't look like it at all because he's not growing. Literally, his best year was his MVP year, and he's gotten worse every year. Oh, what the fuck? His best year was his MVP year, and he's gotten worse every year. Yeah, he's about to get Cam Newton. Yeah. He, yeah. He's got to get Cam Newton. I don't think he's gonna be. I don't think he's gonna be a Baltimore. If this trend keeps continuing the way he's been looking for him, he's not gonna get a contract. And also you can see why the hesitation was to resign him or was to give him trying to give him that. Now we all always understand why players would go after a certain dollar amount. That's always gonna be there. That's a mute point. We can understand why the Ravens were so reluctant to pay him because they're looking at the trends. And I'm pretty and while we can take a loose look at the numbers and see how they're trending, they have scientific analytics to show how he's trending and to show how he's going to continue to trend due to body deterioration, age, and all kinds of other factors that we're not even looking into right now. Lamar Jackson. Listen, I still have him in the Ryan Fitzpatrick category. He's going to be a bridge quarterback because he's going to leave Baltimore. He's going to be somebody's other starter until they get the quarterback that they want. So he's going to be that Ryan Fitzpatrick guy for a while until because I don't think guys like him ever become professional backup quarterbacks. Guys like Cam Newton never really become professional backup quarterback. They're starters and they're bridges and that's it. Their skill set that made them great doesn't really translate to professional backup. It's a bridge for a little bit, and then that's it. And I think he's right. I think he's in the Ryan Fitzpatrick category of bridge quarterback right now. Because the next place he goes to, they're gonna Ryan Tannehill him. He's gonna be there for a while. He's gonna be there starting. They're gonna see what can happen with him. He better hope he goes to Seattle. To be honest with you, if he goes anywhere, he better go play for Pete Carroll in his twilight years. And then after that, they'll be looking for their next quarterback too. You know what? And while it looks like while we've basically just predicted Lamar Jackson's career for the next 5 to 7 years, you know where you're gonna find us during the next couple of days. We're done with the podcast for today. Those 3 hours came and went. There's only like 3 minutes left, and I ain't gonna lie to you. My throat is paused. My throat is exhausted. I was coming off of a cold from last week, and this is probably the most I have talked since then. Because I only did a 2-hour show Monday. We try to, but nah, the tide be fading. And plus, I got some shopping to do on Amazon before this Amazon Big Deal Day is over. I gotta see if I can get some equipment here on sale. Damn it! I forgot to ask KJ when he was here when he leaves. I don't know if you guys know, but KJ will know pretty soon, which means that he's going to be one of our senior correspondents for a whole nother state. We look forward to it. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I forget. We'll talk about that. But that's why he said he has to call you, right? Yeah. I think it's in the DMV area, if I'm not mistaken. Somewhere in the DMV area. All right, Pippa. He's leaving soon. He's leaving soon. He's leaving in the month of October, if I'm not mistaken. All right, Pepe. Thank you, and I thank you for coming on the show again. This is the Mighty Sports Podcast. Yo, I am your host, the one and only talent El Idolo Deportivo Taylor. We got Chill Will, our senior Ohio correspondent. We had KJ with us. We had the whole trifecta. The only person who was missing was Mark. We don't even. What you say? I couldn't read the script. We gotta put it in Mark's size. All right, no, but we are out of here. I gotta use the bathroom. I gotta eat dinner. I gotta do some shopping. I think I'm gonna use the bathroom and do shopping at the same time, and then I'll leave there and eat some dinner. You know what though? But do me a favor. Can you play the outro so I can stop